And welcome to the Briar Patch, home of the Somerset Briar Jumper football team. Tonight, it is the home opener for the purple and gold. It is senior night. It's the night of the jumper walk. It's night of induction of a special man that has done a lot for this Somerset athletic program all across the board, and that it would be one Max Messmore is going to be inducted into the Somerset Meese Middle School Hall of Fame. So we're going to bring that to you and honor him and all he's done over the years. So we'll get more into that. I'm Bob Boone, sitting in for Chris Staten tonight, and alongside Mr. Jacob. Jacob, first of all, good to be here tonight. And man, it's right now it's kind of like I remembered up here in this press box. It's hot, and trying to do three things at once, and I am not a multitasker. Anyway, we're about 30 minutes away from kickoff. We got a lot of festivities right now. Senior night taking place down on the field. They're honoring the senior football players. Just 6 football players on this young Somerset jumper squad. But Jacob, wasn't too long ago you went through a senior night.
Yeah, I graduated 2 years ago, and I'm just glad to be back here. I love Somerset football so much, and senior night's such a big night for these guys. Even though there's only 6, it's going to mean a lot to them if they win this game.
It does, and the jumpers starting off technically, they're 1-2. They've played 2 games. They got 1 win via the forfeit due to COVID protocols and all of that. But this is a team, we just said, they're young, and they've struggled so far. You've gotten a chance to watch them the first couple games of the season, and you can tell that they're just young and inexperienced right now.
Yeah, and a lot of things that have caused them to lose those 2 games have been, easy mistakes that can be fixed, especially with time. And I think by the end of the season, a lot of those mistakes will be cleaned up, and I think they're just going to get better every week.
Indeed, and that's the biggest thing. Coaches want to see improvement week to week, and, of course, the schedule doesn't help Somerset out any whatsoever.
None at all.
This team, Paintsville, in case you're unaware, they were the Class A state champions last year in the state of Kentucky. That's the bad news. The good news is they, too, have started off this season at 0-2, and the week prior to Somerset's trip to Beechwood, they took on Beechwood and ended up by the same score of 49-0. So a lot of folks hopeful tonight that maybe Somerset gets on the right track and can get a win to get their season kick-started.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a winnable game, and if they play like the way they should, I think they can win this game.
Yeah, they're going to have to play, and they're going to have to call on some more of these young kids. We get reports, and we don't have all of the names, but there are several kids out with injuries. There are several kids out due to various reasons. So we're going to be calling a lot of different names and try and get you as much of that information as the game goes on. But it starts for Somerset with their quarterback, Josh Gross. This is his first year starting. Of course, jumper fans spoiled a little bit, and now Josh Gross stepping in to see if he can't, he's taken over the helm, the junior, and but he's technically a freshman in terms of playing time or getting starts. This is his first season as a starter.
And you can definitely see that when he plays. He has a ton of energy, and he does a lot of good things. But like you were saying, this is his first year starting, and he has made a lot of mistakes.
This is Lake Cumberland Sports High School Football. It is the Buffalo Wings and Rings game of the week, and we want to thank Buffalo Wings and Rings for their partnership. We sure and watch the game of the week right here on Lake Cumberland Sports. You can, if you can't make it out to the stadium, you can head on down there and check them out. Wings created your way, always fresh, and never frozen burgers. That's Buffalo Wings and Rings. This is the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week. Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services, our title sponsor, and they've made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental health in Kentucky for the last 22 years. Stay healthy at home with counseling services for children, adults, using your phone or computer. Call Intrust at 606-676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. You can always visit their Facebook page at Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services to learn more about how they help you and your family today. At Intrust, your mental health matters. So it is Intrust Healthcare. High school football presented by the Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships. And because of the way things are working out right now, and we have the special situation with Max Messmore, we're going to go, I believe, I just lost Kevin, but I think we're going to try and go to the coaches show here in the next minute or so. So while we're waiting on that, a big thank you to Don Franklin, the Somerset family of dealerships, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. You can visit them at any of their 4 Somerset locations on Facebook at Don Franklin's of Somerset family of dealerships, where they treat you like family.
Conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger, Magic Monograms is the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook, search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
Indeed, Magic Monograms, as always, the sponsor of our fashion report. Somerset tonight wearing the home purple jerseys along with purple pants trimmed with gold stripes on the shoulders, gold numerals, and, of course, the Somerset jumper gold helmet. Paintsville.
Paintsville is wearing their away uniforms.
Yep, white jerseys, blue pants, and they wear a white helmet, single white stripe with a blue P. So we're going to still
Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic. Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction. Names you know, names you can trust. Real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction has 49 years of experience in the real estate and auction business. And we are ready to put that to work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. Keeping stats and the correct score is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin, CPA, has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin, CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin Scoreboard, located on Parker Mills Road in Somerset.
Well, the Senior Day festivities have concluded. Of course, besides the 6 senior members of this football team, they have honored also the senior members of band and cheerleading squad. And, again, we'll get those names of the 6 football players to you here shortly. Matter of fact, it was just handed to me. How about them apples? Works out pretty good. Chase Doan, one of the seniors, being honored tonight, along with Aaron Harper, Michael Hawkins, Christian Whitus, Andrew Gregory, and Mason Elnor. Also want to honor some of the, mention the cheerleading seniors tonight, and that would be Anna Claire Elnor, also Macy Jo Norfleet, Emma Ashlock, Michaela Waters. We will also recognize Autumn Phelps, and from the band, Katie Berlew, Cameron Mullins, Nicholas Allen, and James Sayers. Right now we're going to go to Robbie Lucas. Earlier this week, Chris Staten had a chance to talk to him.
I'd like to welcome everyone to week 4 of high school football. I'm Chris Staten on Lake Cumberland Sports pregame coaches show, and I'm once again joined by head coach Robbie Lucas. Coach, how you been?
Good, sir. How about you?
Doing great. Briar Jumpers get set to finally have their home opener after 2 weeks on the road and 1 cancellation due to COVID-19. Before we get into this week's game, talk a little bit about last week. Tough one last week at Beechwood, going down 49-0. I know you got some things that didn't go right, this and that, but I'd like to concentrate on the positives. Give me some positives coming out of that game.
Believe it or not, when you go against a team like Beechwood, there's always a perennial power, and it's picked probably to win it again, if not for LCA. Those are the 2 that are probably picked top 1, 2 to win it. Anytime you go against those teams, they're going to expose a lot. We took a state semifinal team up there, I think, in 18 maybe,
Yes, sir.
and they ran the clock on us by 8 minutes to go, and lightning struck, and it kept us from finishing the game. So taking this young team up there at the very same point, at 8-minute mark in the second quarter, the score was 28-0. So we're sitting the same. I wasn't disappointed in our effort. I thought our physicality was much better. We tackled a lot better, because if we didn't, that game would have been much worse than what it was. But our guys finally got in front. They tackled. Offensively, we moved the ball very well. We didn't finish. We moved the ball up and down the field very well. Our special teams, I thought, for the third week, that's for the second week of actually playing, has done an excellent job of kicking the ball, punting the ball. We've got to take care of the small mistakes that kill us. We've got to finish drives. We've got to do some things like that. Not happy with the results at all, but I'm happy with the progress where this team is going to. A lot of times I tell teams early in the season, don't look at the score, win, lose, or draw. Don't look at it. Look at the progress we're making. We made a big jump from the Lincoln County game until Beechwood. And Beechwood's a quality football team. We had several mental blows that cost us scores. We had a pick six. We had things like that really put it out of reach for us early. But there's those drives that we had that we could have scored on. We needed to score on. Had a chance to get a field goal late right there before half. Our 2-minute drill, once again, we're very good at our 2-minute drill. We seem to be able to get it up and down the field. So there's a lot of positives that came out of that game.
Yeah, we had 3 opportunities to end the shutout streak that Beechwood's on right now, but a little bit of bad luck. You talked about some bad things at the end of the half, stymied it. But Josh Gross went out 16 for 24, 141 yards. Guy Bailey running the ball, 9 carries for 28 yards. Cam Hughes, of course, we'll talk about Chase Stone here in a little bit. Hayden Dick receiving the ball, 4 catches for 67 yards. Michael Hawkins had a big night, 7 catches. You did see some good things from the offense, moving the ball up and down the field. Just weren't able to stick it in the end zone. A couple of interceptions off people's hands, throw balls behind each other. But offense, all in all, had a pretty good night, even though you don't score.
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. You can't look at the score. You got to look at the progress on the field, and that's what we're going to do from here on out. We're simply going to concentrate on how much better we get. Now, at some point, we've got to start scoring. We've got to put that in the end zone and take some pressure off the defense. I thought we did a good job of ball control, moving the ball down the field, keeping it out of their hands. It's one of the reasons that the score. Defensively, we were struggling to tackle. Obviously, the Mr. Football candidate was tough to break down. He breaks the first one. We action on that one. We had a called blitz to a formation. We didn't recognize that formation. We run it on the wrong one, and ended up covered up inside and takes the distance. So there were some mental errors and things like that. We found our tight end. We found our receivers. Our run game was pretty decent. And I'll say this: when you play a Beechwood team, they're well coached. They're fundamentally coached. So anytime that you can get positives against them, whether it's offensive and defensive, your team is making progress.
This week, Briar Jumpers welcomed the defending 1A state champs to town, coming off a bye week, but went down to Beechwood 2 weeks ago by the exact 49-0 margin. Another rushing team, as far as Lincoln County rushed the ball, Beechwood will mix it up. What can we expect from Paintsville this week?
They're kind of an unknown right now offensively, for the simple fact their quarterback went down with injury in the Beechwood game, I think the second or third series. So it changed who they are and what they were going to do. They're a big physical team. They're athletic. They've got good athletes in a lot of spots. They're a little thin like we are, like most small programs are. 1 and 2A, when you have depth, you've really got gold in your hand, because whenever you have that much depth, you can sustain an injury or two. And they brought in a couple different quarterbacks to try to stem the tide and wasn't able to. But again, Beechwood's a good team, a good physical team. Paintsville's no different. They like trap. They like zone. A lot of mirror images of what Beechwood does, same size, similar size. A lot of them depends on whether the quarterback plays or not. But you're going to see a very good fundamental team. They're switching over to a new coach. He's still getting to know his personnel. So a lot of change and a lot of things up in the air, kind of like we are here in certain positions, and getting our young kids to understand what they need to do.
You talked about the quarterback getting hurt. Tyson Jenkins and Frederick James are the two who played quarterback. They've only attempted 10 passes all year, only attempted 5 passes through 2 games. For 47 yards. They've got a big smaller running back, 5'11", 170-pound junior in Harris Phelps, 16 carries for 79 yards and a touchdown against Pikeville. And then Frederick James also ran the ball from the quarterback spot, 6'1", 170-pound junior. Defensively, they are giving up some yards and points, though. Give out 297 rushing yards to Beechwood and 349 rushing yards to Pikeville. Is that something that you would put in your game plan? Are you going to try to attack them on the ground, or will you be balanced Somerset offense?
we're going to try to be balanced, but to be quite honest, we take what the defense gives us. If they give us an opportunity to run the ball, of course, we're going to. If we can throw it, we're going to. But they're a group that has given up a lot of yards, and that's either due to the quality of competition with Pikeville and with Beechwood, because those teams do that to everybody, or it may be a bugaboo for them. We'll find out. We're definitely going to try to run the ball. Guy Bailey is touching the ball quite a bit for us. He's a big, strong, physical runner. He's been able to stay healthy, thank goodness, and we've been riding him. So you'll see us run the ball quite a bit. Like I said, I thought Josh Gross has done a good job of managing the offense up and down the field. He's part of the run game as well. We've not used him a lot in the run game, but he's a kid that is a good athlete, a good, solid kid. He's been in the weight room, so you can tell that he's ready to run the ball. So he's a kid that we can use as well. Running the ball, definitely. We'd like to do that, shorten the game. Anytime you can shorten the game by running the ball, we can keep our young defense and the lower snap numbers where we need to be.
Now, conversely, I asked that question, didn't mean to set you up, but you talked earlier about running the 2-minute drill and having some success with that. Is that something that you may look to try to get into your offense a little bit more?
We can. We've thought about it. A lot of the 2-minute drill success comes when they're in prevent. A lot of teams back off. They'll give you things underneath, and we've made the throws and catches like we need to get up and down the field. So, yes, it is something. We went fast, tried to go fast a couple times, and anytime you go out no huddle, or you go out and call what we call numbers, whenever we call numbers, to speed things up a little bit, we absolutely, if you don't catch the ball, you're looking at second and long, and you put yourself in third and long. So there are some dangers to it, but yes, you could see us throw the ball a little more. We work the 2-minute drill every single day. We always have here. Of course, it paid off in 19 for us, but it's something that's definitely in the arsenal. It's something you may see depending on how much success we're running the ball.
Okay. Home opener, you had the bye week between the first and second game, and then you go to Beechwood last week. How has practice been this week for you guys going into this one?
Our practices are always pretty good. The biggest thing is missing kids being sick, kids not being here. Of course, with Chase being down, we had 3 DBs, starting DBs missing today at the defensive practice. Continuity is the key. And right now, because of our youth, because a little bit of our bodies not being ready to play football, we're not having that continuity we need. And the ones we're trying to rely on are obviously younger, at least less in experience, if you will, not least, but less in experience. So in doing so, you're actually putting kids like you and I have talked.
And welcome back. A slight technical difficulty, but hey, stuff like that happens, right? Again, you are watching Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football, presented by Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. This is the Buffalo Wings and Rings Video Game of the Week. Again, I'm Bob Boone, joined again by Mr. Jacob Grable.
Yes, sir.
And Jacob, of course, played on this Somerset Briar Jumper football team a couple years ago. I believe you were part of the state championship squad.
I was a senior when we won state.
And, of course, and then last year it was Paintsville bringing home a single-A state championship. And both these squads getting ready to go. But as we mentioned, we've got some special stuff going on here, and we're going to go to those ceremonies here in just a minute as we get ready to honor Max Messmore, longtime coach, former player, and we're going to turn our microphone over to public address announcer here so that you can follow along with the ceremony. So any of you out there that know Max or have been with Max, I got to know him early on when I first moved to Somerset many years ago, coaching youth league football. And I coached with a couple of his former teammates in high school, and we sat across the field and played each other at Redskins, Cowboys, and it was there were some fun times indeed. But so we're going to do that ceremony here in just a minute. As soon as Mr. Absher over there, he's kind of our master of ceremonies, so we're going to let him take over in just a moment. But before we get started tonight, we have our widest cabinet, keys to the game. And Jonathan?
So I think the key to the game for Somerset on the offensive side is to just eliminate the turnovers and eliminate the simple mistakes, because there were a lot of times that, a drop pass that turned into an interception, or a drop pass for an easy first down on fourth down that turned into a drive, which ended up in a touchdown. So I think, especially with a team like Paintsville, who's also, going into this after a big loss against Beechwood, I think you just got to end the simple mistakes and just play your game.
Indeed. Of course, you mentioned turnovers. Josh Gross on the season, 36 of 52. He has 4 interceptions to 1 touchdown, 319 yards passing, averaging 159 per game. And as you said, sometimes those interceptions aren't always the quarterback's fault if receivers have got to know how to hang on to the football. So this jumper team, they lost Kai Sharon. They lost several quality receivers from last year. And these young guys, they're just now learning as to what they got to do at the, at this level, moving up from the freshman and the JV levels and seeing, how they can play the game. Defensively, Somerset, they've given up a lot of points this season. What do they got to do tonight and make sure that they can reduce that number of points given up on the scoreboard?
So we saw it both games, and it's definitely just the tackling. And Paintsville's a pretty big team, so we just got to take care of them and, tackle low, gang tackle, and just get to the ball quick.
We're going to turn things over to public address announcer Jonathan Asher right now and honor Max Messmore.
Coaches and families in Somerset and across the state of Kentucky. A 3-sport athlete here at Somerset, who has led his football teams to 2 district titles in 1973 and 1974, and a regional championship in 1974, while earning honorable mention All-State by the Louisville Courier-Journal, First Team All-CKC, and First Team All-State by the Lexington Herald-Leader. As a catcher in baseball, he was part of 4 regional championships, a state championship in 1974, and a state runner-up finish in 1975. He even dabbled in a little basketball as well. He later attended Morehead State University and returned to Somerset to coach everything from youth midget league football, varsity assistant football, middle baseball, and football, where his teams have won 3 state championships. In 2008, the Kentucky Middle School Football Association was formed, a 501(c)(3) voluntary nonprofit organization that provides an organization through which middle school football coaches could work together with mutual respect and cooperation to improve middle school football in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The Kentucky Middle School Football Association provides a forum for communication, training, and educational offerings, establishes a standard set of rules, coordinates the Kentucky Middle School Football Association State Championships, All-Star Classic event, and the Battle of the Regions, coaches clinics, 7-on-7 cup tournaments, Team Kentucky that participates in the Football University National Championship tournament each December. Tonight, Somerset fans, we get the distinct honor to be a part of this special induction as Coach Max Messmore is honored as the 9th inductee into the Kentucky Middle School Association Hall of Fame. Please join me in welcoming from the Kentucky Middle School Football Association President Adam Lampman as he presents the 2020 Kentucky Middle School Football Association Hall of Fame Induction Award to Coach Max Messmore. Somerset fans, a big round of applause for Coach Max Messmore on his induction into the Kentucky Middle School Football Hall of Fame.
A well-deserved honor, as you heard the many accolades, and I know Jacob is part of this program. You know Max very well. You've played under him and, stood alongside of him on the football field and all of that, and a lot of people think an awful lot of that man.
Yeah, and he's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. And, to coach middle school football, it's definitely, more challenging because they're younger and a little bit more immature. And the way he handles it, he's the best to ever do it.
Indeed. We're going to step out, take a commercial break. We come back. We're about a little under 5 minutes away from kickoff. You are watching Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Has much to offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Life has much to offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here for you.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on. Now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
Here at Citizens National Bank, we still take pride in treating each and every customer like we would want to be treated. Our employees are here to help you navigate the confusing lending process and determine which type of home loan best suits you. Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
Looking for cash? Well, look no more. Alton Blakely's got cash. Is that cash, Daniel?
Yep.
And you're giving cash for cars?
Yep.
For real?
Yep.
Why not? Then on down to Alton Blakely, where selling your car is as easy as ABC. If you have a vehicle you'd like to sell or trade, it's fast and easy to get paid. And we'll give you top dollar. Visit Alton Blakely today. All the best since 1965.
And welcome back to Clark Field, Somerset High School. As you see the jumpers now taking the field, we've had the national anthem, a fantastic job by band member Peyton Wesley on the clarinet. Also, we recognize the 13 fallen soldiers who lost their lives, paid the ultimate sacrifice in Afghanistan. And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that this is the eve of the 20th anniversary of 9/11, the attacks on our country. So emotional moments here with that with Max Messmore. But now, as the smoke clears, the teams have taken their places on the sidelines. The captains will meet at midfield, and we're going to have a coin toss here and get things started. Actually, I'm sorry, forget that. We already know. Paintsville is going to be kicking off to the Somerset Briar Jumpers. This is Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships right here in Somerset. We already gave you the fashion report. Just to reiterate that, you can see the beautiful purple jerseys, gold numerals and stripes, and the gold helmets by the Jumpers, and the blue and white uniforms of the Paintsville Tigers. The Tigers come in at 0-2 on the season, and they are coached by their head coach, and that is Trevor Hoskins. If that name sounds familiar to you, he played high school football at Bell County High School, went on to play at University of Pikeville, and this is his first year as a head coach, came from the University of Pikeville as the offensive coordinator. So we are just moments away from getting things going here. Ball is teed up, doing the kicking duties. That's Carson Holbrook, and it's a squib kick on the ground, fielded right there at the 38-yard line, and falling on the ball, recovering it for Somerset. That will be Caden Samala. So the jumper offense will take the field to get things going here. Now, it's our understanding, Jacob, that a couple of offensive linemen may be out. We know, too, that Chase Doan, running back, who I believe he may have got injured in that game at Lincoln County, and so he hasn't made it quite back in. But jumper's going to break the huddle, and in the backfield, that is Guy Bailey alongside quarterback Josh Gross. Lined up to his left, 3 receivers down at the bottom. Gross barks out the signals, takes the snap. He's going to hand to Bailey, who's hit at the line of scrimmage and going to be dropped right there. Probably going to lose actually a yard or 2. Tackle on the play, number 50, Matthew Davis for Paintsville. And I'll probably call him Prestonsburg before the night's over. I may call him Pikeville. There's a lot of P's out there in eastern Kentucky.
Yes, there are.
So
I think one of the big things that Somerset's offense is going to be missing is the senior center, Mason Elnor. So it's going to be interesting how they work around that.
And when you look at this 3-man front for Paintsville, they are big up front. So Somerset, a physical task at hand tonight for that offensive line indeed. Snap taken by Gross. He has a man, and that ball is caught across the 45 out to the 46-yard line. So picks up 11 on the play, but needed 12. So it'll be 3rd down and short for the jumpers.
And that's that type of offense, you know, the quick, fast passing, I think that's what's going to do them justice in this game, especially because in past, Pikeville's pass defense hasn't always been the best.
Didn't get the best of spots. They're going to say it's 3rd and a long 2. 2 men in the backfield this time with the quarterback, Gross. Gross takes the snap, low snap, picks it up off the ground, hands it to the first man through, breaks across the 50, gets the first down for the jumpers on the carry. That is Cam Hughes, the sophomore. And that's a big play right there. Jumpers moving the chains, picking up their first Turner Realty Group first down of the ball game. They have moved into Paintsville territory. Brandon Ramey, the junior nose tackle, is a big lad, pushing close to 300 pounds there as the nose guard on this Tiger defense. 2 right, 1 receiver to the left again. Split backs in the backfield. Low snap, picked up off the background by Gross. He drops it, trying to hand it off, picks it back up. He's got the ball secured, but he's going to lose about 6, maybe 7 yards on that play. So a busted play for the jumpers is going to set up 2nd and long.
And like we said, the center is not the original starter, and we've seen 2 low snaps from him, back-to-back plays. So it's going to be interesting if he can, you know, pick it back up and get a good rhythm with the QB.
One man, a sidecar to the left, 3 receivers right, 1 set out wide to the left. Snap by to Gross. There's the ball down the field into triple coverage. That ball is tipped and falls to the ground. Tried to get it to his big tight end, Michael Hawkins.
And on this 3rd and long play, you're probably not going to shoot for a first down. You're going to want to throw anywhere from the 5 to 3 yard area so you can get close enough to go for 4 because you're in Paintsville territory. So this is a 4th down situation.
I agree with you there. That's an excellent point. I think if they can get at least half of this, I think 4th down going forward is probably inevitable. We'll see. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap to Gross. Drops back, quick throw over the middle. Had a man intended, but there's a flag on the play. Comes in from the back judge. The intended receiver was Cam Hughes, and he gets held, and that's going to be an automatic first down for the Briar Jumpers.
And that's about as good as you can ask for right there because, you know, mistakes is going to be a big part in this game, especially since they're both young and they're both, you know, not as experienced. I feel like the person with the most mistakes is going to lose the game.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, but should be, no, it's still going to be 3rd and short, so it's not automatic. I thought it might have been holding, but nonetheless, I didn't realize it was actually 3rd and 17, so still now 3rd and 2, a lot easier to work with.
Yes.
A lot of smoke from the grill out here. It is hazy. You may or may not see that on your camera, but it's also making me hungry. 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like he wanted to swing it out to the right, but instead goes downfield to Hayden Dick, who gets the first down. Pickup of about 3 yards, and that's all he needed to move the chains and keep the drive alive for the Somerset Briar Jumpers. We mentioned starting at center tonight, and I don't have a name for number 76.
I do not have that number listed.
We'll get that to you. Jumpers, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver split each way. Gross barks out the signals. Long count, and he got him to jump. So that'll pick up that additional 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 for Somerset. They have moved in deeper into Paintsville territory.
And this is the 2nd penalty by Paintsville on the first drive of the game. So it's also going to be interesting to see if they can get a little more discipline.
I'm sure Coach Lucas and his offensive unit will take anything they can get. Offense coordinated by Coach Singleton. So now, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Offset eye in the backfield, or offset pistol formation. Man in motion, and here comes the blitz, and boom, down for a big loss, coming straight up the middle for Paintsville. That is Matthew Davis. He goes back and forth between defensive lineman and linebacker, and that time nobody touched him. Jumper's going to lose, gosh, almost 12 yards on the play, so having it second or 1st down and 5, they now move to 2nd down, and we'll call it 17. Three receivers to the left. Hayden Dick is the wide man nearest us in your shot on screen there. Snap, they get the ball and a little swing pass out to Cam Hughes, and he gets down to inside the 45, or right at the 35, excuse me. It's a pretty big play right there, and again, what you talked about moments ago, that makes this 3rd down much more manageable.
Yes, and that was a really good play call and a great throw by Josh Gross. He led him perfectly, and catching on the run, it helps a lot when you got momentum.
I saw him play a couple weeks ago at Lincoln County. He looks a lot more poised in the pocket here in the early going. Guy Bailey lined up to the right of Gross. Takes the snap, looks to Gross on the little swing pattern. Instead, out, tries to get it to his tight end, Michael Hawkins, and Hawkins just a little late. That's a timing pattern that the timing was just off. So that's going to be 4th down, and I'll be shocked if I see a punter make his way onto the field. Ball on the 35 here at the near hash mark. 7:29 to go in this 1st quarter of play.
They're really chomping away at this clock right now in the 1st quarter, which I guarantee that was made by design. They don't want Paintsville to have a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, give them as few snaps as possible. Shorten the game, keep the clock moving. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. That's Bailey to the right of Gross, and he got him to jump, so it's going to be 4th and short. So nice job on the hard count by the sophomore quarterback, Josh Gross. I'm sorry, junior quarterback.
And it looks like they're just selling the fake really well. They've done it twice on this drive already. On this same on the same down, they've done it twice, and it's working pretty effective right now.
So again, 3-man front for Paintsville. They've got the defense spread out. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Bailey to the right. Again, another hard count, and we saw some movement, and this time we're going to get movement called against the offense, so they're going to give that 5 yards right back to the Tigers. And as You look down on the sidelines, Coach Singleton not happy. And why would he be? Those are mistakes we see by these, committed by young teams that, you're hoping by this time you've got a lot of those bugs worked out. But as we mentioned, a lot of new faces out there, especially at the center position for the Jumpers. Again, long snap. Paintsville, they rush 4. Lots of time for Gross. He fires the ball, and it's going to be knocked down and fall incomplete. No flags on the field, and they're going to turn it over on downs to Paintsville.
And that was a drive that we could have executed better on, and that last false start penalty on us was it hurt a lot. We should have scored on that drive.
Those are penalties that coaches will call drive killers, and that's exactly what that one was there for the Jumpers. So now we're going to see the offense, and they have a new quarterback, the Paintsville Tigers. It's going to be for the Tigers, number 5, Frederick James, a junior quarterback. He takes the snap, gives it to the tailback, who's through the middle and gone. He is deep into Somerset territory, makes one man miss at the 25. He gets corralled up, somehow breaks a couple of tackles, works his way down to the 15, 16-yard line, and it is a big run right out of the box for the Paintsville Tigers. And you mentioned tackling in the pregame, Jacob, and that right there was a pretty good example of not so good tackling, and that has been a bugaboo for this Jumper team in this early season.
And that play, it was up the middle, and it was inside the tackle boxes. I know some plays break away, but it's happening too frequently. You got to wrap up. You got to fill the gaps and the holes, and you got to gang tackle and run to the ball.
So a big-time run right there by the Paintsville Tigers tailback. He's back, lined up, just offset to the right. That is Bladen Sexton, senior running back. He gets the handoff again, tries to go left. No, fakes, pulls the ball, and the quarterback keeps it. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it, as that was James. Pretty good fake. They got this announcer. 6:28 to go in this first quarter of play. 0-0 your score. Paintsville at Somerset. Senior night when Max Messmore was honored on the eve of 9/11. Just a pretty emotional night here at the Briar Patch, and a good crowd. Jumper walk beforehand, always exciting, jumper walk. 2 receivers split wide to the left, way out there. That's Rylan Carter. He's out to the numbers at the top of your screen. Handoff straight up the middle and bounces off one, gets around, bounces off a second, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. That's Johnson again. Stepped out of bounds at about the 9-yard line, so he's going to be just shy of a first down by 3 yards. Call it 3rd and 3. He is a hoss cat. So Johnson is going to step out in his place. Looks like, I'm sorry, got my rosters mixed up there just a little bit. Excuse me. Sexton is going to step out and be replaced.
And this offense, it's looking pretty high-powered, and it's looking decently fast-paced. So it's going to be interesting to see if Somerset can adapt to this different version of Paintsville.
Now we see Harris Phelps in the back, and we got a timeout called by the Paintsville Tigers. So, timeout. I'll let you do a little business. How about that?
Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships, they treat you like family. A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships, Kentucky, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them at any of their 4 Somerset locations or on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family.
0-0 your score. We have 5 minutes, 49 seconds to go in this first period, but the Paintsville Tigers have moved the ball inside the red zone, knocking on the door of the end zone of the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Let's see, 3rd down and 3 is the situation. I'm sure they're in 4-down territory. They can get a first down. They have to get to about the 7-yard line or just across the 7-yard line. Tigers break their huddle on the sideline as James brings his squad back out. This time he's got Zach Taylor in the backfield along with Harris Phelps. Man in motion, and we got motion up front, and it's a dead ball foul, going to be false start against Paintsville. So back them up 5. It'll make it 3rd down and 8.
And
break there.
That went from a hard 3rd down stand for Somerset to a little bit easier, and now it's a hard 3rd down make for Paintsville.
See Jonah Porter, wide receiver, checking into the ball game now for the Tigers. .49, clock's not running. Not really sure why, but nonetheless, here we go. 2 receivers out top to the left, 2 receivers tight here on the near side. Snap taken by the quarterback, looking left, has nowhere to go. Now finds a man in the end. What a defensive play! Holy cow, excellent coverage in the defensive backfield. And was that Carter?
That
Ryland Carter, number 8 for Somerset?
That looked like number 6. Looked like Josh Gross.
Could have been Josh Gross. I'm sorry. Correction.
That's a touchdown saving play right there.
It really was. He just sold out for that ball, was able to swat it down. A fantastic play.
And like I was saying in the pregame show, he has so much energy and he gives so much effort. You know, he is a really good player.
And showing some ability there defensively. 1 man in the backfield. Snap taken by quarterback. Again, throws to the end zone. And again, another fantastic play in the end zone. This time on the coverage for Somerset. That is Roby Browning, number 17. So
that was great.
Couple of 4th down attempts, 1 by each team, and Somerset, tough defense right there as Paintsville tried to throw it into the end zone and couldn't get it done. So they take over possession on downs at their own 14-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side of Gross. 2 receivers to the right. Quick toss down around the right side. That's Bailey. He's got some room, and he gets across the 20 out to about the 23. Going to be a couple yards short of a first down. Nice play right there. Bailey showing some speed getting around the corner against this Tiger defense.
And he's such a hard runner. You know, he might not be 6'2", 245, but he runs just as hard as him.
Just a sophomore, but we saw him even last year as a freshman. He got some snaps back there and played rather well. See Caden Samala, wide receiver to the left. Couple of tight ends, or 1 tight end and 2 receivers in the backfield again. This time they hand it off again, go right up the left side, and they get the ball out to the 25-yard line. That's enough for a jumper first down. Credit Cam Hughes with the pickup on that, moving the chain. So kind of like what you're seeing out of this offense. Sputtered in their first drive, but are putting together some drives. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in this first period of play. Hughes and Bailey again in the backfield. Gross takes the snap, hands it off to Bailey. He's following Hughes up into the hole, loses the ball, but I believe he was down. Paintsville has recovered it, but runner was down, and they're going to call him down after a pickup of about 4 yards. Got to hang on to that football.
Yes, that is a big drive killer, holding on to the football. And if we keep these drives up, we're going to chew away the clock, and if we're getting a first down every 3 plays, we'll get to the end zone halfway through the second quarter.
So 2 backs again in the backfield. 1 wide receiver split each way. Tight end to the right side. They're going to go that way. They hand it off to the second man through. That's Guy Bailey. He's going to get up to the 30. So just a short gain, maybe 1 yard on the play. So going to need about 5 yards. Call it 3rd down and 5. And as one of my favorite coaches likes to say to his offense, every series ends in a kick, whether that's a punt or a PAT or a kickoff, but it ends in a kick. We'll see what happens here. 3rd down and 5 situation for the Jumpers again. 2 backs in the backfield. 1 wide receiver split wide to the right with the tight end. Snap. They throw outside. Oh, wow. Again, looked like he was intending that for Michael Hawkins, and I'm not sure they were on the same page, and that is going to bring the punting unit on for the Somerset Briar Jumpers.
And right there, that just looked like a little bit of miscommunication or just a overthrown ball, but that's happened 2 times just between him and Michael Hawkins now, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works.
Hawkins going to do the honors, punting the football. Back deep for Paintsville. Try and get a number on that. That would be Austin Allen. Snap, pretty good, little low. Gets it away, going to bounce at the 43-yard line and roll in favor of Somerset. Down to about the 37, so not a bad punt there. 32-yard punt, no return, so not bad. So the Jumper defense will be called on with 2:52 to go here in this first period of play. This is Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football, presented by Don Franklin, a Somerset family of dealerships. And if you're out at Buffalo Wings and Rings tonight enjoying our video game of the week, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Paintsville breaks the huddle. 1 man in the backfield, 2 receivers each way. They give it on a little counter move. That is given to Phelps, who breaks across the line of scrimmage and is going to pick up about 7 yards. Pretty good run right there by Phelps. You can tell right now that Paintsville not asking their young quarterback to do too much. Well, she's had a couple weeks to prepare, but there's no preparation like game time.
No. And I am liking what I'm seeing right now with them running the ball. They've already ran it with 3 different people, and they're all doing pretty consistent runs.
So, again, James, the quarterback, he's got Phelps. Offset to his left. High snap, pulls it down. James pumps, still rolling to his left, throws it downfield, but it's going to be incomplete. I believe he would have been out of bounds had he been able to bring it down. So pretty good defense right there, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, James.
And right there, you know, that could have easily been a sack. You just got to sit your hips at the end of the offensive lineman's butt, and he could have stopped and then followed him and made that sack. But, you know, just speaking on the young experience, he just over-pursued it. And you're going to see that happen a couple of times today, I feel like.
4-man, actually a 3-4 defense, 2 ends standing up and handoff up the middle. And a great play in the backfield defensively for the Briar Jumpers. First man there, give credit to Ethan Elliott, linebacker. He just found some space and took advantage of it. Going to lose a couple yards. It'll be 4th down and 5, and we're going to see a punt now from the Paintsville Tigers.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense right now. They look like a whole different team compared to last week and even against Lincoln County. They're actually making tackles now, too.
Somerset going to send 2 men deep to field this punt. Hayden Dick alongside Guy Bailey. Back to punt for Paintsville. I believe that's Zach Taylor, and he's going to take off running, and he's around the right side, but we got a flag that's going to come back. They pick up the first down, get the ball across the 50-yard line, but you saw it on film. We saw it up here, a block in the back, and that's going to set them back 10 yards from that spot. So
that's just.
And it was really, I don't think, a necessary block, but nonetheless, a big break for the Jumpers.
That's their 5th penalty in just this first quarter.
That's tough. That is really tough.
Even though the scoreboard is tied right now, you're not going to win a game if you're getting 20 penalties a game.
Yeah.
You know?
So now it's going to be 4th down and a whole bunch.
And I doubt they try to go for it on this one.
We'll call it 16. Actually, call it 17. Again, Bailey and Dick back deep, and this time they're going to punt the ball away. Nice spiral punt, drives. That is Bailey, who fields it at the 35, gets a block, makes a man miss, and gets across the 50. But back here at the 43-yard line, there's a flag that came in, so we're going to have some sort of an illegal block, I'm sure. It's going to call that nice return back. But, again,
I don't know what the flag was.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's going to either be a block in the back or a crackback block.
Yeah, Somerset's backing up, so we know it's against the Jumpers. They're going to have the ball. We're under a minute to go in this first period of play, and a couple of zeros up on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Tax season just about here again. October 15th for those of us who put those things off, or those of you, I should say, not us. I was right the first time. So that extension, well, it's about due. So, folks, if you haven't got them done, go see Randall D. Turpin and the folks down at Randall D. Turpin CPA, proud sponsor of our scoreboard each and every broadcast here on Lake Cumberland Sports. So it'll be 1st and 10 Jumpers. They'll start with the ball on their own 33-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield lined up behind the quarterback, Gross. 2 receivers split to the left. Snap taken, given to the second man through. Makes a man miss in the backfield, and that was Guy Bailey doing a really good job of doing a little bit of imitation there of one Barry Sanders, just sidestepping a little hip move and picks up a good 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Somerset clock continues to run.
One thing I really like about Guy Bailey's game is how he likes to run north and south. He doesn't do the, east and west thing where you try to run sideline to sideline until there's an opening. He'll run down the hole, and he doesn't care if you're in it.
And if you're an offensive coach, you love that. That's what you want to see. Defensive coaches, it's just nightmares because you better get to him quick. And he's proved that here tonight. 2 receivers split to the top, 2 backs again in the backfield, tight end on the left side. Now we got a whistle stoppage in play, and that one is going to be called by Somerset with 9 seconds to go in this first period. You surprised they called timeout? I didn't get a picture of the game clock, play clock, to see if it was running out, but nonetheless.
Check out their current inventory at wildcatusedcars.com. With on-site financing rates as low as 2.9, Wildcat Used Cars is your true one-stop shop for your next vehicle. Not in the market to buy it, but have a vehicle for sale? Bring it by for a cash offer on spot. Call Wildcat Used Cars today at 606-451-0737.
2nd down and 5 for Somerset as they break the huddle on this.
Or visit their website at entrust-healthcare.com and get services started for you or anyone in your family today. At Entrust, your mental health matters. Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
After the Turner Realty Group 1st down, the Jumpers have the ball right at the midfield stripe. I thought maybe they broke the plane of the 50-yard line, but it's 1st and 10 from the 50. 2 backs in the backfield. Gross barks out the signals. Looks things over, and quick toss out on the left side. Gets the ball out there to Cam Hughes, and he is going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage, going to lose a couple. So good job stringing out the play defensively that time by the Tigers. Justin Ramey on the stop for the Tigers. Defensive end out there. You know, when I was in high school, we played what was known as a 52 defense. It looks very similar to a 34. Where you got 3 down linemen, hands in the grass or the turf in this case, and 2 guys standing up on the end and a couple middle linebackers. So 3-4, 5-2, call it what you want. Work that time for the Tigers. 2 each way for the jumpers. Gross has 1 man in the backfield. They try and throw the quick screen. They get it out and we're going to get a fumble and a turnover, and I believe I thought he lost the ball. Excuse me. They did. Okay, excuse me. That was Hughes on the catch, and he lost the ball, and it is recovered. So it's going to be 1st and 10, Paintsville, and they've had pretty good starting field position so far tonight, and that's one of those mistakes talked about.
That's just unfortunate, and you got to hold on the ball, You got to hold the pigskin tight.
So Paintsville will take over in the backfield for the Tigers. Will be quarterback along with Phelps. The handoff is to Phelps. He goes far to the left side, and he picks up a pretty big run, finally forced out of bounds. Going to pick up, looks like 8 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. 10:54 left in this first half of play. Ball on the 35-yard line for the Tigers. Nice run by Harris Phelps. Frederick James actually had a couple of pretty good passes back in the first quarter into the jumper end zone, but better defensive plays, and we have not seen him throw the ball much out here in the middle of the field, and that's the MO on this Tiger team. Of course, Trevor Hoskins, the coach, former offensive coordinator for the U-Pike Bears in the Mid-South Conference, NAIA football. They hand it off to Harris, looking for room. Tries to get outside around the right. Somerset stretches it out, but cannot make the tackle in the backfield. They had him stopped and just couldn't bring him down. Brody Williams was there and didn't get any pursuit help, and Phelps just kept churning, and he's going to pick up the 1st down for the Tigers. Ball inside the 30 at the 29-yard line of Somerset.
And that's just another instance where you got to wrap up and you got to get to the ball. It's especially, running like that and as hard as he is, it's going to be hard to take him down by yourself, especially above the waist. So if you are going to go at him one-on-one, you got to take him out by the legs.
2 receivers split wide to the left. 1 receiver wide to the right. 1 man in the backfield. James takes the snap, looks to go downfield. He's got a man wide open. It's caught at the 2-yard line and into the end zone for the first touchdown of the ball game. Making that touchdown reception, Jonah Porter, junior wide receiver for the Tigers, and they have taken a 6-0 lead, and just a mix-up defensively in the back end there by the Jumpers. So a 43-yard drive. Results in a touchdown, and on to kick, Carson Holbrook. Good snap, ball's down, kicks up, and it bounces. He doinked it off of the upright, and it's 6-0 is going to be your score. 10:42 to go in this first half of play.
Susan Hansford believes that just like in a ball game, everyone needs a coach in the important events in life. Having a great realtor when purchasing a home or property makes all the difference in the outcome of the transaction. Susan Hansford will guide you through the transaction so you can appreciate the journey through the real estate process. Call Susan Hansford today at 606-219-3276 to begin your journey. Even the most defensive drivers can't prepare for everything, but no worries. Central Collision Center, located on the 914 bypass across from the flea market, takes what is often a difficult situation and handles the details for you. From seamless auto body claims processing to high-quality auto body repairs, car detailing, and much more, Central Collision Center is a family-owned and run body shop. They have an experienced team of auto body repair technicians and painters who use the latest equipment and receive the best training a body shop can provide. You can rest assured that your auto body repair is being done right, putting you back on the road as quickly and safely as possible.
So Holbrook has the ball teed up. Again, it's a squib kick. Takes a crazy bounce at about the 30-yard line. Going to be fielded by Somerset Guy Bailey, who ends up stepping out of bounds. But more importantly, he was able to secure the ball. And, you know, some people say it looked like a basketball that laid out in the weather and takes funny bounces because of its odd shape. It did that time. And Bailey, fortunate enough to recover it, but stepped out of bounds. So Jumper's going to start inside their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10, 10:38.
And after that touchdown by Paintsville, I think Somerset's definitely going to be playing a little bit more aggressive and trying to put that on the board.
See if they can't even things up before halftime. 1st and 10 from the 19. Gross. Under center this time, drops deep, gives it to the deep back, the lone back, and he's going to be tackled at the 15. Ball pops out, and it is picked up and run into the end zone by Jonah Porter. So, wow. You talk about a quick change situation, and that time the runner was held up, and the ball just popped up into the air right into Jonah Porter's hands. So, he is going to return that about 11 yards, the fumble return.
I don't think I've ever seen a ball pop out like that before.
11-yard run, and once again, it's going to be Holbrook who's going to line up for the PAT. Does my heart good to see that Paintsville's not going to chase points here in the early going. You're up 6, now 12-0. And that kick is up and no good. So 0 for 2 on extra points is Holbrook and keeps the Somerset Jumpers now trail by 12 with 10:29 to go in this first half of play.
Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
So it's a 12-0. Is back-to-back touchdowns real quick. Porter snags a 29-yard pass from James, and then first play from scrimmage after the ensuing kickoff is fumbled. And again, it's Porter who runs it into the end zone.
That's our second fumble today, and you got to hold on to the ball.
Turnovers and penalties are two things that usually spell disaster for a football team. And again, the ball is squid, bouncing, going to be fielded over there by Bailey at the 28-yard line, makes one man miss, gets out across 30. No, he's still going, excuse me, and he's going to get across the 40, so pretty good return. Good field position here for the Jumpers, and I don't think it's do or die this situation, but you'd like to see the Jumpers put together a drive here. But as you just said, job one, hang on to the stinking football.
Yeah, we definitely cannot allow to get a turnover on this drive because it's not do or die like you said, but we do need to get some points on the board.
Of course, be sure and stay tuned as we will have the Susan Hansford halftime report. Susan Hansford, Realtor. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Jumpers. Two receivers to the right. Man in the slot, that's the tight end, Michael Hawkins. Big target. They give it in the backfield. A little cross-buck action and not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And taking a pretty good lick in the backfield is the quarterback, Josh Gross. And as he handed that ball off, and it was Grayson Peters, linebacker, who put him on his back. So right now, Paintsville flexing a little muscle. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. Jacob, that didn't look like the cleanest of exchanges in the backfield either.
No, it looked like they got maybe the wrong arm was up or a late handoff or something, but it definitely didn't go right.
Trips to the right. Snap to Gross. He swings it out, and it's over the head of his intended receiver, and they got to finally blow that dead. That looked like the intended man was Cam Hughes, and pass just a little too tall for Hughes. So now it's a 3rd down and 10 situation. Jumpers really need to pick up some yards here, see if they can't get a 1st down. How many 1st downs have they had?
Right now, we are looking at, if they get a 1st down right here, it'll be Somerset's 5th.
4 Turner Realty Group 1st downs thus far in the game, and it's 3rd down and 10. Wing back on the right side. One man split wide out right. They fake the handoff in the backfield. Going to air it out. That is Hughes, and he is going to be close to a 1st down. It's all going to depend on the spot, and I like where I see the official lining up. We see the near official signaling 1st down, so move the chains. That is a Turner Realty Group 1st down for the Somerset Briar Jumpers, and as Jacob just told you, the 5th of the ball game. Still plenty of time left in this half. Oh, they're going to say, wow. So the near official was signaling move the chains. They're going to, I'm not sure what's going on now. They're going to say he's just a whisker short. Yeah, he's the width of the football short. 4th down. And Jumper's going to come with a jumbo package right now as we see Chase Keith checking into the ball game, replacing Cam Hughes.
I'm going to expect this one to go right down the pipe.
And now we're going to get a timeout, a Ron Shaw Realtor timeout. It is 12-0 in favor of Paintsville with 9:30 here to go in the half.
Master Barber Brian Hood at Shiners Barbershop invites you to experience Somerset's only true-to-tradition barbershop located in the Old Video Palace in Somerset. For your next haircut, straight razor, and hot towel shave, or maybe you need to style and trim up the beard, go to B Hood Faded on Facebook or shinersbarbershop.com and book your next appointment with Brian Hood.
I need to go by and see Brian. Does a pretty good job. And I tell you what, if you've never had a straight razor shave, even with the beard, he'll get that thing looking sharp. And tell you what, if just go down and hang out with the fellas, and it is what I would call an old-timey traditional barber shop.
My problem with the straight razor and the hot towel is it's so relaxing. I almost fall asleep.
I'm ready to do that. Yeah, sure. Why not? And you come out of there smelling good.
Oh,
and Lord knows I need to smell good every now and then.
Me too. I still got to find a wife.
4th down and short. Tight formation for the Jumpers. Gross up under center. I got a suspicion it's going to be a quarterback sneak. No, he's going to hand it to the 2nd man through. That is going to be Guy Bailey picking up the 1st down. He needed a football, got about 2 yards. He's into Paintsville territory. Paintsville defense sold out on the quarterback sneak, and Bailey doing a good job as the 2nd man through the line of scrimmage, moved the chains, and now that's a Turner Realty Group 1st down. So in the Paintsville territory, trips receivers to the right. Got the big tight end, Michael Hawkins, out there. He's on the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers off the line of scrimmage, 1 on either side of him, 1 man in the backfield. Gross takes it, and he fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it around the right side. Just a little zone read type play, and he's going to pick up 5 yards, be 2nd down and 5. Nice play right there by the quarterback, Josh Gross.
And one thing I'm going to be looking for is Michael Hawkins. He has, I think, 2 targets, but he still has 0 catches. So I'm going to expect him to get into this drive.
He is such a big target. He can get that football in his hands. Be interesting to see. He's lined up to the left, so is 1 wide receiver. 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the ball, going to hand it off to Hughes around the left side, has the first down and more, stays in bounds past the 35. They're going to mark him, say he stepped out right on the 35. I'm sorry, I said Hughes. That was Guy Bailey, excuse me. So another Turner Realty Group first down for the Jumpers, and putting together the makings of a decent little drive. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 12-0 in favor of Paintsville.
And we're just chomping away at these first downs, you know. It's already been a 2-minute drive.
Two backs in the backfield once again. Snap, give it to Bailey. Second man through, and he's going to be wrapped up, but I think they're going to get a face mask. That flag came in as Bailey was being wrapped up, and it was the official on this near sideline threw that flag all the way in there, and he's got a personal foul face mask against Paintsville. So that'll be 30 yards or 15. Ball's on the 35. I was trying to figure out if it was going to be a half the distance anyway. I got coordinized a little bit, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and put the ball right at the 20-yard line. Put it right on the 20, so knocking on that Rick Barker red zone are the Jumpers for the first time tonight with 8:11 to go in the half. One wide receiver to the right. That's Hayden Dick. He's split out between the hash and the numbers. Two backs in the backfield, one receiver left. Gross takes a low snap, gives it off to Cam Hughes. And was there another fumble?
I think there was.
There was. And Hughes slow to get up as he dropped the football, and it is recovered by Paintsville on the 24-yard line, and that is the third fumble, third turnover of the ball game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
For the Jumpers, and turnovers will beat you to death. They're going to mark it on the 25. So
against Beechwood, we threw 3 interceptions, and then against Paintsville, we fumbled 3 times. I don't like how that trend's going.
Ball security. Ball security. I know these coaches talk about it, and you'll just keep working on it. We're going to have to get better at it in this ball game if they hope to stay in it. Handoff around the right side and breaking one tackle, getting all the way out to the 45, almost the 50-yard line. That's Harris Phelps, and he is flat out turned it on. Phelps came into this game 157 yards total, averaging 78.5 yards per carry, a little over 5 yards. I said 178.5 yards per game, a little over 5 yards per carry, and a first down for Paintsville, and he has got a set of quicks on him, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, and he's moving it, too. He turned that corner, and he was gone. We had a really good last-minute tackle by Josh Gross right there to save the touchdown.
So, again, it's Phelps in the backfield alongside his quarterback, James. He faked the handoff to him. James rolling to his right, looking, getting pressure, and going to go down. Sacked in the backfield, going to lose 5 yards, and they're going to say he stayed in bounds, so they keep the clock running. 7:30 to go. Great defensive play there, and good pressure up front and good coverage downfield. That's a team sack right there. So, second down and 15 on the 5-yard line. Oh, we've got a holding penalty going to be called against the defense, so negates that play. And mistakes continue. And there was nobody open, and evidently that's why, is they're going to march off 10 yards against so puts the ball on the 26-yard line.
And that hurts.
Indeed it does. But
One thing
they've got it marked as a first down, so I thought it was second.
I'm a little.
But okay.
I thought it was a lot.
Replay the down. One back in the backfield. They hand it to him. That's Phelps, and he is met in the backfield, and this time wrapped up and dropped for a loss again of about 5 yards. So,
and Brody Williams is on two tackles in a row right there.
That was Jack Bruner on the tackle for the Somerset Briar Jumpers. Broner fills out a football uniform nice, doesn't he?
Yeah, just like his brother.
Indeed. So now it'll be 2nd down and 8. They're going to call it a 3-yard loss. They gave him forward progress to the 49 of Somerset. Again, Phelps in the backfield alongside his quarterback, James. Bad exchange right there. James is in trouble, and he's wrapped up around the ankles and going to go down. First man there for the Briar Jumpers. That was
Brody Williams.
Indeed. Actually, it was Guy Bailey who was the first man there, and then Brody Williams come in to help clean it up, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been mistaken before.
Me too, so
all right,
we'll listen to you. You have
you
have more experience.
Whoever told you that, just don't. Down at 14 yards needed for the Paintsville Tigers to pick up this first down. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Clock is running towards halftime. Not been a bad football game except for 3 turnovers by the Jumpers. We got a whistle. And is this going to be a delay of game against Paintsville? So they're going to back them up 5 more yards. So Paintsville, not without their errors, but theirs haven't cost the Tigers near as much as jumper miscues have cost Somerset in this ball game. So it's going to be 3rd down and call it 19.
This is Paintsville's 7th penalty, though.
7 penalties in 1 half is quite a bit. Well, what a beautiful sky here over Clark Field here in Somerset, Kentucky. Snap, a little low. Pressure from the outside. Steps up in front of it. Now gets some escapability. Being chased by Cam Hughes, and he is going to break a tackle, get across the 35-30 and on down inside the 25-yard line. And that's improvising right there. And
multiple flags on the play.
Everywhere. All right. So we'll see what's happening. See the one flag about the 38-yard line. I glanced down for just a minute, and I missed the penalty. Illegal block in the back against the offense, so that's going to back that one up. But the block was downfield, so they're going to mark that thing off from about the 30. Let's see. Marked it right from the 40-yard line. So it's still going to be 3rd down, but now it's going to be 3rd down and let's call it 9. So, got to stay out of the white, gentlemen. This beautiful turf field. All players have to stay in the purple section.
You'd think that'd be easy, but I remember playing.
It's a lot harder than you think. Snap. Taken by the quarterback now. Steps up in the middle. Intercepted by Somerset at the 40-yard line. Picked off right there. That is that Josh Gross?
I think that is.
So, quarterback gets it done in the defensive backfield. That's 2 big plays he's had defensively tonight. Read the quarterback's eyes. Really looked like it was going to be a pretty good play for James. And Gross just read his eyes, stepped right in front of that pass at about just inside the 40-yard line, returns it back for about 4 or 5 yards, and it's 1st and 10 for the Jumpers. Ball on their own 43-yard line. Let's see if they can't do something with it. 4:55 to go in the first half of play. Gross, 1 man in the backfield, and now we got a whistle. And we got a false start against the Briar Jumpers. Ugh.
Our combined penalty yardage probably is going to be insane by the end of the game.
Well, it's all over. The officials may lead in total offense. And not because it's not deserved. I'm not saying that. I mean, they've called a pretty good game. Yeah, they really have. Just unfortunate that there's been too many mental errors. 2 receivers out top to the left for the Briar Jumpers. In the slot, that's Hayden Dick. 2 receivers to the right. Low snap, picked up off the turf. Pump fake, getting pressure is Gross. Now getting pressure, gets away from it, finds a man out in the flat, but man, he knew that he was about to get walloped out there on the defensive stop for Paintsville. That is Austin Allen, and was that Guy Bailey out there as the safety valve.
What a great effort by Josh Gross, though.
Yeah, it really was. He was, I thought he was dead to the rights in the backfield and able to escape and almost made a play out of it. So 2nd down and 15. Trip receivers left. 1 receiver to the right. For Somerset and 1 man in the backfield. Gross fakes the handoff and now takes it up the middle, and he's going nowhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Bailey again in the backfield. Probably could have gotten called for a false start. He had a little bit of that rolling start.
A little bit of a lean with him.
Just a little bit of lean. There was a ball coach down at Bell County, Kentucky for many, many years who his whole offensive line used to start that way. As a matter of fact, I think the coach on the far side, as we mentioned, played for him at one time. So 3rd down, 15. Jumpers need a big play here. 2 receivers each way. Snap taken. Gross looks to his right. Has a man, and it's caught. No! Dropped again. Fantastic hit on the darn near on the catch by Porter. I thought sure that Samala had a 1st down, but what a hit to knock the ball loose by Jonah Porter.
And it's hard to hold on to a ball when you get hit like that.
I wouldn't know. They never threw it to me.
Oh, me either, but from what my friends have said.
When you're wearing one of those big numbers, you know, somewhere between 50 and 80 or 79, you don't get much of an opportunity to hold on to a ball. Snap a little low, but getting the punt away, and it is going to be fielded at the 25, and I didn't see a fair catch signal, but they're going to say he knelt down to catch it. That's where we're going to down him right there. 37-yard punt, no return, 3:51 to go in this half of play. 12-0 on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Paintsville on top. They got a 29-yard touchdown pass. James to Porter, and then after the ensuing kickoff on the first offensive play from scrimmage, it was Porter again who took a fumble that popped up into the air, into the end zone. And that's all the scoring we've had, and now we got another whistle stoppage in play and a dead ball foul, illegal substitution against Paintsville.
Paintsville with their penalties right now is reminding me of in my senior year when we played Hazard. And don't quote me on this, but I want to say we had over 14 penalties that game.
That's tough. Did you hear about it the next day?
Oh, yes. And we still managed to win that game somehow, though.
Well, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap. That's Phelps looking for room around the right side. He gets to the corner. Flag down in the backfield. Phelps out across the 35-40 and goes out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line. But all the way back at the 18-yard line, there is a flag, and I think it's all going to come back. Holding is the call against the Tigers. Wow. And if it was on number 74, you got to give him props because he bent over. That was Bryce Owsley. He just picked the flag up and handed it back to the referee. I'd have sneezed in it first or something. But anyway.
And Harris Phelps, he would have a lot more rushing yards right now.
He's had a couple of big runs called back. But tell you what, Paintsville, they're ready to go. 3:43 to go in the half. And it is now going to be first down and 25 yards. Ball on the 10. Again, 2 backs in the backfield. James takes the snap, hands it off, second man through, and he's going to be hit and dropped right there at the line of scrimmage. One jumper that was there, that's number 44, Ethan Elliott. I didn't get the number on the other. I believe that may have been Noah Copley. I'm sorry. Okay, I've looked at the wrong side again. Forgive me. And Braden Gross, number 44. Okay. So, credit to Braden Gross on the tackle. No gain on the play. It'll be second down, 25. Rolling to his right. Now flushed out of the pocket. Looking for a place to go. Forced it out to his intended receiver. That's Bladen Sexton, and he drops the football. But great pressure by the jumpers. Guy Bailey was in there putting the pressure on at the very end.
In many regions of the world, they would call this a third down and forever.
With all apologies to jumper fans and parents, I'll get the rosters right. I didn't know I was doing this till about 10 o'clock this morning and late preparation, so forgive me. We'll do what we can, though, to get it right. So third down and 25 for the Tigers. Let's see if the jumpers don't come with some pressure here. Pin their ears back. Wow, they've got everybody within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. And rolling to his right, fires it out, caught at the 20 and going to be hit right there and dropped. I believe that was Brody Williams. Going to get credit for the tackle, keep everything in front. Still a fourth down and long situation for Paintsville. They've got a punt. Jumpers still got plenty of time, 2:40, and they should get good field position out of it.
Did you catch the number on who caught that ball?
I did not. Punt formation, 2 men back for the jumpers, and that is, oh my, what a nice high spiraling punt. Going to be fielded at the 42-yard line and tackled at the 45. Good coverage downfield by Paintsville. Guy Bailey not able to make much happen there, but still good field position for the jumpers and plenty of time with 2:33 to go. Clock stops on the change of possession. And again, they've said, how many first downs do the jumpers have?
They have 7 right now.
7 first downs in the first half is not terribly bad, but you got to hang on to the football. 3 turnovers have absolutely killed any chance that Somerset has had of putting points on the board. Let's see if they can't do something here. Gross in the backfield, has 1 man to his right. He rolls to his right, looking. Tried to get it out to his tight end. A lot of hand fighting, but good no call there. That is Hawkins battling Jonah Porter. Tell you what, if we had to award a defensive player, actually a player of the game for Paintsville, right now it goes to number 4. He's done it on both sides of the football. Has both of their touchdowns. 1 for the offense and 1 for the defense. Second down and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. We're going to get another Ron Shaw Realtor timeout.
Wildcat Used Cars, big city inventory, small town prices. Located at 4469 South Highway 27 in Somerset, Wildcat Used Cars always goes the extra mile to ensure that the vehicles on their lot have the best prices and quality in that area. Open daily from 9 to 7, Wildcat Used Cars has over 260 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs in stock and ready to roll. Check out their current inventory at wildcatusedcars.com. With on-site financing rates as low as 2.9, Wildcat Used Cars is your true one-stop shop for your next vehicle. Not in the market to buy, but have a vehicle for sale? Bring it by for a cash offer on spot. Call Wildcat Used Cars today at 606-451-0737. Wildcat Used Cars, big city inventory, small town prices.
Entrust Healthcare, high school football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships here on Lake Cumberland Sports. Second down and 10 for the jumpers. And we got another flag, and we're going to get an encroachment offsides call against Paintsville. If you tuned in expecting to hear Chris Staten, Chris, we wish you well, man. regular play-by-play guy for the Somerset Briar Jumpers, feeling a little ill and made the emergency call. And after 3 or 4 phone calls, they finally found somebody that would agree to do this thing.
Yeah, they couldn't find anybody that wanted to do it with me.
That's not true. Oh, but it's good to be here. First high school game I've got to call this year, so. Bailey in the backfield. Gross takes the snap. Looks downfield. Man has space. Reached out and could not pull it in. That was Samala. Had a step on the intended receiver, or as the intended receiver, but could not get it. And if I'm not mistaken, was that Porter again?
He's everywhere.
Nope, I'm sorry. That was Austin Allen on the other side.
Been hearing his name a lot, too.
We have indeed. So now it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Jumpers. Incomplete pass stops the clock, so there's 2:20 left to go in this first half of play. Ball right at the midfield mark. Left hash. One wide receiver out here all alone on this near side. Rolling to his left. Now getting chased out. Gross running for his life now. Has to get back to the 50 to get to the line of scrimmage. He does, and picks up maybe 1 more yard. So it's going to be 4th and 4. Nothing happening right there. He had a man open, but he just did not have time. As downfield for the Somerset Briar Jumpers, I believe that was Cam Hughes. So Jumpers now going to have to punt the football away.
One of the most impressive things I've seen today from Josh Gross is him being able to make space and get out of tight situations. He's avoided at least 4 sacks tonight.
8 men up on the line of scrimmage. Here comes Paintsville. The punt is away. It's going to bounce inside the 20-yard line. Take a jumper bounce, and looks like it's going to be down right there at about the 12-yard line. I don't see any flags on the field, so Paintsville will take over 1st and 10 with 1:27 to go. And if I'm Paintsville, I hand the ball off to Harris Phelps. How many yards does he have tonight?
On 6 carries, he has 75 yards right now.
Amazing. And he's probably doubled that on yardage that has been called back on penalties.
Easily. He would at least have 130 yards right now if they didn't have 10 penalties this game.
So Paintsville, they break the huddle on the far sideline. Go straight to the line of scrimmage. Jumpers certainly don't want to give up any more points here. Paintsville will get the ball. And that ball is handed off in the backfield. That's going to be hit and dropped for a loss. A handoff to Austin Allen. So good job by defensive end, number 55, Preston Reed. Of course, if you don't know Preston Reed, that name sounds familiar. His dad, Robert, spent a couple years up here in the booth and said, I need to go watch my son play. Don't blame him. Handoff in the backfield, straight up the middle. Tried to make one man miss, did, but second man there, and they're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and now we've got a timeout Somerset, and I like that call, 3rd down and 10. As Coach Robbie Lucas says, we're going to get a chance to get this football back with 44 seconds to go. Jumpers will take another Ron Shaw Realtor timeout. And, of course, don't forget, we'll have the Susan Hansford Realtor halftime report. We'll do a little business. Jacob will give you a few stats. We'll talk a little bit about the first half, get you set up for the second half right here on Lake Cumberland Sports. Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services, high school football, presented by the Don Franklin Somerset family of dealerships. You are watching our Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week.
If you're Somerset right now, you want to stop them on this play so they'll punt it, and you'll have around 30 seconds to.
I believe Somerset has 1 timeout left, so if they get the stop here, call the timeout, force them to punt, you could still end up with, somewhere between 35 and 40 seconds to go. Low snap, picked up off the ground. They hand it off, looks left. Now he cuts back to the right, finding some space. That is Phelps, and he picks up the first down all the way out to the 40-yard line, and that's a backbreaker for Somerset. And that gets Paintsville out of some trouble with 35 seconds to go. And, again, Harris Phelps, man, he's been a lot of fun to watch. Now, Paintsville thinking not just getting that first down, but now they're out at their own 40-yard line. See if they maybe don't open it up just a little bit. Of course, James, the one interception. Takes a low snap. He's looking, going downfield. The sideline has a man wide open, but cannot connect with Jonah Porter. Overshot him by a couple of good yards. That stops the clock. And a score from across town. The Corbin Redhounds lead the Pulaski County Maroons 35-0 at the half. So they'll kick off the second half, and if Corbin scores again before Pulaski does, unfortunate situation, it'll be a running clock. So second down and 10. 31 seconds to go. Two receivers each way. Snap taken by James. He's going to air it downfield again, looking for Porter, and he overshoots him this time by a good 7 or 8 yards. Good coverage downfield that time by the Jumpers. Quarterback, defensive back, Josh Gross. Just looking up at that crescent moon, man, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is marshmallows and campfire night, if you will.
And this is pristine football weather at the same time.
It's good to see football season, good to see fans in the stands. Tomorrow I get to go over and watch Lindsey Wilson take on Kaiser University out of West Palm Beach, Florida. It's a team they played in the semifinals 1 year ago to get to the national championship, eventually won by the Blue Raiders. Snap taken by James. This time he's going to go down the left, and lots of contact, and yep, there's the flag.
I saw that one coming.
Yep, you could see it. Lots of contact, face guarding. That was Browning, Roby Browning, going to get whistled for the call. It's going to be I was going to say a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul in high school. Should be 15 from the line of scrimmage, I believe. 16 seconds on the clock as they mark this off from the 40-yard line. It's going to put the ball on the 45 of Somerset. So 16 seconds and still 2 timeouts for Paintsville.
So one thing you got to do as a DB is you can't face guard. You know, you got to be looking at the ball, and that's just how you get penalties.
Yeah, unfortunately, Browning never made an effort to turn around and get the ball. Snap, taken, looking, downfield, still looking, plenty of time. Now running out of it, heads out of bounds and just fires it out of bounds. He did have a receiver in the area, but there's a flag on the play, and I think this is going to be an unnecessary roughness hit out of bounds possibly against the Briar Jumpers. Let's see. 8 seconds left. But this could be another big penalty against Somerset. Let's see how it goes. Oh, they called that intentional grounding. Holy cow. There was a receiver right there on the sideline.
He almost hit him.
I didn't think it was that egregious. We're a long way from it, but that's a break for the Jumpers. I thought maybe there was going to be some sort of late hit out of bounds, but nonetheless, break for Somerset now with 8 seconds. So the penalty marked at the spot of the foul and loss of down. So second down and 15 for Paintsville. Referee blows the whistle or blows the play in, fakes the handoff. Now going to go downfield again over the outstretched arms of Porter once again on the defense for Somerset. That was Josh Gross, and 2 seconds. It'll be 3rd and 15. Does he have the arm strength to get the ball all the way into the end zone? Do you run some sort of, say, hook and lateral?
So one thing you just got to make sure is that you don't get a turnover. But up 12-0, on the 50-yard line, 2 seconds left, I would try to throw something a little crazy in right now.
Somerset looks like they're going to drop their defensive backs about 15. Safety's going to set up at about 15 yards deep. Linebackers 6-7 yards off the ball. Low snap again. Fielded cleanly by James. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing the ball down the left sideline, and it's going to be well out of bounds. And that's going to do it. You heard the horn in the background sound, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. 12-0 your score. Paintsville on top of Somerset from Clark Field here in the campus of Somerset School System. We're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have some stats and more. You're listening and watching Intrust Healthcare's Counseling Services High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports.
To offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Life has much to offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here for you.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on. Now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
Here at Citizens National Bank, we still take pride in treating each and every customer like we would want to be treated. Our employees are here to help you navigate the confusing lending process and determine which type of home loan best suits you. Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
Looking for cash? Well, look no more. Alton Blakely's got cash. Is that cash, Daniel?
Yep.
And you're giving cash for cars?
Yep. For real? Yep.
Why not? Then on down to Alton Blakely, where selling your car is as easy as ABC. If you have a vehicle you'd like to sell or trade, it's fast and easy to get paid. And we'll give you top dollar. Visit Alton Blakely today. All the best since 1965.
$12 to nothing, your halftime score here at Clark Field. Somerset playing host to the Paintsville Tigers. And this is Lake Cumberland Sports, high school football. And we've got some halftime stats for you. But before I turn it over to Jacob, give you a quick scoring rundown. We had 2 touchdowns in that first half of play. They came back-to-back. First, it was a 29-yard pass reception by Porter from James. The PAT was off of the upright, failed, and it was 6-0. in favor of the Paintsville Tigers. Immediately after the kickoff from the resulting score, Somerset on the first play from scrimmage fumbled the ball. The ball popped into the air, and Porter, as we've already said, knows how to catch it. He caught that one and ran it into the end zone from 11 yards out. And again, the PAT was wide left, and that left your score the way it is now at halftime, 12-0 in favor of the Paintsville Tigers. Jacob, you got some numbers for us here at halftime.
So starting out with the Somerset Briar Jumpers, we have a total of 23 rushing yards, with Guy Bailey having 28, Cam Hughes having 6, and Josh Gross having -11 because of those big lost sacks and run plays. And then on the passing side, we have 38 passing yards. Josh Gross is going 6 for 14. Cam Hughes has 24 yards on 4 receptions. And Guy Bailey has 1 reception for 11 yards. And Hayden, that's not right. It says Hayden Dick, but he is not playing today, so I've got the wrong number. But somebody has 1 catch for 3 yards on Somerset's team. So Josh Gross is 6 for 14 with 38 yards and no interception. And then looking at Paintsville, they have Harris Phelps has 102 rushing yards on 7 carries. And then you got their quarterback, James, has 11. Bladen Sexton has 8. And then Austin Allen has -6. And Jonah Porter has 6, which combines for a total of 121 rushing yards. And then on the passing side of things, James has thrown 2 for 11 with only 40 yards, and those are coming to Jonah Porter, who had the 29-yard touchdown on 1 catch, and then Bryce McDonald, who had 1 catch for 11 yards. And then looking at penalties, Somerset has 5 penalties as Paintsville has 11. 16 total penalties in the first half.
They have been absolute killers for both teams, more especially Somerset. Penalties and turnovers, every coach will tell you, if you limit them, you always give yourself a good chance to win. You are currently listening to the Susan Hansford halftime report. Susan Hansford believes that just like in a ball game, everyone needs a coach in the important events in life. Having a great realtor when purchasing a home or property makes all the difference in the outcome of the transaction. Susan Hansford will guide you through the transaction so that you can appreciate the journey through the real estate process. Call Susan Hansford today at 606-219-3276 to begin your journey. Be sure and stay tuned. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name our Central Collision Center Defensive Player of the Game. Even the most defensive drivers can't prepare for everything, but no worries. Central Collision Center, located on the 914 bypass, across from the flea market, takes what is often a difficult situation and handles the details for you. From seamless auto body claims processing to high-quality auto body repairs, car detailing, and much more. Central Collision Center is a family-owned and family-run body shop. They have an experienced team of auto body repair technicians and painters who use the latest equipment and receive the best training a body shop can provide. You can rest assured that your auto body repair is being done right, putting you back on the road as quickly as possible. And Brad Carroll and the folks at CC's Furniture would like to wish all of the local high school football student athletes and coaches a successful and injury-free season. Stop by and see them at CC's Furniture for any and all of your home furnishing needs. Go Teams. And right now, we still got about 3 minutes left in halftime and a 3-minute warm-up. 12-0 is your score in favor of the Paintsville Tigers, and the Somerset Briar Jumpers just need to eliminate a couple of mistakes. Those self-destruction penalties, the drive killers as we call them, the illegal procedures and that sort of thing, and they've got to do a better job of hanging on to the football. They're in this ball game if they do those things.
This is still a two-possession game. Score, stop them, and then score again, and you're right back in it. And if we make the PATs, we're winning. You just can't have any more turnovers. You can't have more dumb penalties like offsides when you're on offense. That should never happen.
You're exactly right. 12-0 is your score on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. We're going to step out, take a break, and come back, get you set for all the action here in this second half of play. This is Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Much to offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
We, the people of this great land, are resilient and will get through this. And buying and selling is the real stimulus. Land and real estate are the premium investments, and they're not just making any more land. At Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we'll get you the most for your property with live, online, and multi-parcel auctions. Selling farms, homes, developments, and commercial properties for top dollar. Give us a call or online at FordBrothersInc.com.
Out here in the real world, we've spent too much time waiting around and wondering if we'll ever get to be what we really want to be. Now it's time to move forward. And with a little help from Somerset Community College, you can finish that degree or start a whole new life as an IT VIP, a healthcare hero, and more. In less time and for less money than you think. The time is now. The place is here. Never underestimate you.
Life has much to offer. Enjoy it. Follow your dreams. Start a new business or expand an existing one. I'm Michael Bush, Vice President and Chief Credit Officer. Come find out why more businesses are choosing United Cumberland.
Most accidents and breakdowns happen close to home. You know who else is close to home? Tire Pros. With our 24/7 roadside assistance, we're always there for you. And our team of trained and certified technicians can repair your brakes, transmission, electrical, and more. Looking for tires? Shopping online is fast and easy. Choose from our huge selection of name brand tires, then schedule an appointment to have them professionally installed at a time that's convenient for you. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Tire Pros. We're here for you.
Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been serving and supporting our local communities. We want you to know that we are here for you and your family. Someone you can trust. Someone you can count on. Now and for the better days to come. Trusted, loyal, dedicated, helpful, and consistent. Toyota of Somerset. Come see us or visit us online at toyotaofsomerset.com.
Here at Citizens National Bank, we still take pride in treating each and every customer like we would want to be treated. Our employees are here to help you navigate the confusing lending process and determine which type of home loan best suits you. Schedule an appointment today. We have highly qualified loan officers ready to serve you.
For cash? Well, look no more. Alton Blakely's got cash. Is that cash, Daniel?
Yep.
And you're giving cash for cars?
Yep. For real? Yep.
Why not? Then on down to Alton Blakely, where selling your car is as easy as ABC. If you have a vehicle you'd like to sell or trade, it's fast and easy to get paid. And we'll give you top dollar. Visit Alton Blakely today. All the best since 1965.
You've been watching the Susan Hansford Realtor Halftime Report. Score on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, 12-0 in favor of the Paintsville Tigers, as both teams have made their way back onto the field for the halftime warm-up period, mandatory halftime warm-up period. I don't know why they don't just put 18 minutes on the clock and be done with it, or 15 minutes, whatever it is. But it is what it is, and we're going to see Somerset in this second half. What is it they need to do to overcome these mistakes?
The name of the game is just like the keys of the game, were to stop doing turnovers and to not have tackling problems. You got to get to the ball. You got to wrap up. They're doing a little better than they were against Beechwood, but there have still been multiple plays where they've gave up 30 yards on a run play that should have been a loss of 2.
Well, you're right. And, of course, Harrison Phelps, leading rusher in the ball game. You said he ended up with
7 carries for 102 yards.
Yes, and been fantastic all night long. They've got to do a better job of containing him because once he gets outside, it is not hard at all for him to turn on the jets and make some hay. They also, as you said, tackling. It's not been very good tonight for the Jumpers. They've gotten some good pressure on the quarterback, and they have done a good job getting some penetration with that defensive line up front. But they've got to get more hats to the ball and improve their tackling. That's not something that's going to magically improve tonight, but you can make some adjustments to try and get more defenders to the ball carrier and see if you can't bring them down that way. But hanging on to the football is going to be job number 1 for this Somerset Briar Jumper football team. They will be kicking off to Paintsville to start the second half. They've put a fresh 12 minutes up on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. As we said, it is 12-0. You are watching Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services High School Football, presented by Don Franklin, the Somerset family of dealerships, and we appreciate those folks. And we also want to say thank you to Buffalo Wings and Rings to bring you tonight's video game of the week. We haven't gotten an update from across town, but it was 35-0 at the half. Pulaski County was trailing Corbin, another outstanding football team in this area, and Pulaski County, like Somerset tonight, dealing with the loss of a few key players, and that can make a huge difference for the squad. So I was wrong. I got messed up because now they've put an additional 3 minutes on the clock. So I got fooled again. I thought we were ready to go, and they added a little bit of time. So that is what it is. And Pat, it's still 35-0 in the third quarter. Red Hounds over the Maroons. No. I don't get it. What are you shaking?
It's 35-6 now.
Oh, 6. I see that. 6s look a lot like zeros to 58-year-old eyes. So, anyway, with that being said, Pulaski County going to do everything they can to stay in that ball game and see if they can't make it close. And who knows? I've seen stranger things happen in this game of football. 12-0 here is your score as the Jumpers kickoff team is huddled out near the 40-yard line. Any final thoughts before we start this second half of play, Jake?
One thing that I've been surprised by this game is how good our pass defense has been. We've been given a lot of pressure. We have a lot of pass deflections. We deflected 2 passes in the end zone that would have, been touchdowns. So we're doing a really good job about that. Now we just got to work on the run defense a little bit.
Yeah, and that starts by trying to contain Austin Phelps. Once he gets around the outside, he can be gone quick as a cat. So we'll see what happens here as final instructions being given to the Jumpers. Kickoff coverage team across the way. You see the Paintsville Tigers return unit stepping onto the field for the first time tonight. And just want to say thank you to all of you who have tuned in to listen and watch tonight's contest. Be sure and thank our sponsors. Let them know as you see them pop up there, you think about it. Tell them that you appreciate their sponsorship because it's them who make all of this possible, that we're able to bring things. Of course, also the guys behind the scenes over here. We got Pat Harris doing the production and Jeremiah Jones, who's our cameraman tonight. And those guys doing a really good job bringing you the action. And we got to thank the man who writes the checks. That would be one Mr. Kevin Lloyd. So both teams have taken the field. Ball's teed up on the 40-yard line. Set to kick off for the Jumpers is Christian Whitus. Back deep is Phelps, Harris Phelps. He's back deep, short deep. That would be his partner, Austin Allen. Waiting on the ready for play whistle. There you have it from the referee, and we're on the way. An onside kick attempt. That ball's loose, and the Jumpers have a great shot at it. Can they fall on it? They did. That ball took a couple of crazy bounces, as we said, and Jumpers catching the Tigers off guard, and they have recovered the football. It'll be jumper ball at the 50-yard line. I don't think there should be any discussion. The ball was well across the 50 and then bounced backwards, giving the jumpers an opportunity to recover it, but it's going to be right at midfield. Pretty good way to start the second half.
What a great play call too. That was, set the tone early that we're not going down without a fight.
Exactly. So it'll be Josh Gross, the quarterback. In the backfield alongside him is Guy Bailey. 2 receivers each way for the jumpers. Gross takes the snap. Hands off to Bailey. Goes left. Sidesteps one man. Now dragging players across the 45. So gain of just a little over 5 yards. We'll call it 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the jumpers. Good hard run there by Guy Bailey.
No surprise.
So jumpers, they've spent a good deal of time in Paintsville territory. They just have only been inside the red zone, though, the Rick Barker red zone, one time. They need to get there on this drive if possible. Again, same formation, but this time Bailey's to the left of his quarterback. Gross snap, hands it to Bailey over the right side, looking for room, has to plant the foot, makes a cut, spin, moves, and gets out of one tackle, and he's close to another 1st down, and we got just a little itty-bitty kerfuffle out there on the far side. The officials say break it up, and is it going to be enough for a 1st down? They're going to say he's a yard short. So gain of 3 yards on that play for Bailey. Gross comes towards the sideline. He gets the play, hustles back in. Breaking the huddle are the jumpers. See, Cam Hughes is going to be split out wide to the right on this left side. You've got the tight end, Michael Hawkins, and whoever that is, I think wearing the number 5. And busted play in the backfield. Gross has to make something happen. Now we're going to get a flag coming in late. Let's see what this call is. This really looks like it's going to end up being a holding call. That's if I were a wagering person. Yeah, they're pointing back and hold against the jumpers. So we're going to get.
It's going to make it 3rd and 6, which is not where you want to be when you were just at 2nd and 1.
Actually, backing it up. Yeah, puts the ball clear back into jumper territory at the 46-yard line. So now it's 3rd down and 14. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 2 receivers again each way for the jumpers. We'll try to find out who's wearing number 5 for Somerset. Back in motion out of the backfield for Somerset. They go over the middle, and that's caught by the tight end Hawkins for his first catch of the night and picks up a big chunk of what was needed. So now it's 4th down and highly manageable. So 4th down and 2. Big play here for Somerset. 9:32 to go in this 3rd quarter of play. Same formation, except, well, actually going to go empty set this time. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Josh Gross looks things over. Gets the ball. Low snap, but he goes down and gets it. Sprints out to his left, fires, throws, and defended well right there. Who? Number 4, Jonah Porter. That pass was intended again for Hawkins.
And he got hit hard right there.
So, we would be remiss if we didn't thank Somerset and new athletic director Kevin Burkett for their hospitality and all the folks up here in the press box. And what a new press box. Same press box, but they have redone it that we are sitting in style. We got some nice bar stools to sit up nice and high and well padded. And good looking set of digs here. Handoff around the left side. That's Phelps. He's across the 40, 35-40, 35, and going to drag Somerset defenders all the way down to the 25 inside, deep inside Somerset territory, and that's just what we talked about at the half, that Phelps, once he heads that thing outside, he just has all kinds of room to roam. So now Tigers have the ball, 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Somerset's going to jump off sides. Unfortunately, that's going to go against defensive lineman Chase Keith. So now it'll be 1st and 5, ball at the 21, just outside the red zone. Two receivers wide to the right, one out near the sideline on the left-hand side. Phelps in the backfield alongside his quarterback, Frederick James. James takes the snap, gives it off to Phelps straight up the middle, and he's going to get inside the 15, call it the 14, move the chains, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 from right there. 12-0 on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, 8:36 to go in this third period of play. We knew this was a team that liked to run the football, and you know why. Harris Phelps has been the man, and he's just a junior. He'll line up to the left this time of James. James the snap. Handoff. Now Phelps looking to go to the right. Gets chased backwards a little bit. Now finds a seam, and he shoots for the pylon. Going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Paintsville. And again, a missed tackle by Somerset, and that allows Phelps to continue on into the end zone to put the 3rd touchdown of the ball game up for Paintsville. They now lead at 18-0 with the point after touchdown attempt to come.
In just 3 carries, he got 58 yards on that drive.
It was all his drive, and right now for Paintsville, it's all about trying to figure out a way, for Somerset, trying to figure out a way to stop Paintsville's Harris Phelps. Tigers appears they're going to go for 2 now, see if they can't make up a couple of these missed extra points. One man in the backfield, and this time that is Bladen Sexton. And Gross, he was looking to throw, and then he looked like he wanted to pitch it and had nowhere to go. Well defended by Somerset. He's going to be dropped about the 9-yard line, so the 2-point try fails, and it's 18-0 with 8:08 to go on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Somerset Briar Jumpers going to get the ball back, and they've got to make something happen here. I think time begins to play a role in this ball game, and I think as much for anything, Jacob, for confidence.
Yes, and, they were playing hard ball in the first half, and then you come out here, have to get rid of the ball on turnover, and then they score on you in 4 or 5 plays. You're definitely hurting a little bit. But I think if you come out here, score a touchdown real quick, you're right back in this game. And it's like you said earlier, it's not do or die just yet, but we're getting closer every second.
Don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, we will name our Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the Game, as well as our Central Collision Center Defensive Player of the Game, and our United Cumberland Bank Lineman of the Game. I'm glad to see us doing a Lineman of the Game. Doesn't necessarily have to be an offensive lineman, but the only time they get their name called is introductions and if they commit a penalty. Ball is squib kick picked up there at the 30-yard line and going to be run across the 35 out to the 37. So once again, jumpers with pretty decent field position.
I wish we had a lineman of the game when I was playing.
Well, believe. Somerset. Yeah, I'm with you. Offensive linemen are the unsung heroes. We never really got to touch the ball unless we had to recover something that one of the backs dropped,
That you'd get in trouble for doing a bad block.
So Somerset, 2 men in the backfield, 1 wide receiver, split wide, tight end to the left. Low snap, picked up. They're going to hand it off with the basketball. That's Bailey. He's got room to run. Gets across the 50, 45, run out of bounds there, and a late flag after he was run out of bounds is taken down by Bladen Sexton, and that's going to tack another 15 onto it. So Somerset now with an opportunity to get deeper into Paintsville territory. Good run there by Guy Bailey. You mentioned was the leading rusher for Somerset in the first half, and that personal foul going to move the football all the way down to the 29-yard line. That is another Turner Realty Group first down. One wide receiver each way. 2 backs in the backfield once again. Snap is low, but picked up, given to Guy Bailey. He slams into the line of scrimmage, but moving the pile and beyond to get inside the Rick Barker red zone and pick up another Turner Realty Group first down. Clock stopped as they'll move the chains. Somerset right now putting together a drive, and had a timeout on the field called by Paintsville. That is a Ron Shaw Realtor timeout.
And that's some of the best hard running I've seen from Guy Bailey tonight.
Yep. He's been at it most of the night. Rick Barker and Godby Realty and Auction, names you know, names you can trust. Real estate and auction services for farm, commercial, residential, and personal. Godby Realty and Auction, 49 years experience in the real estate and auction business, and they are ready to put all of that experience to work for you. Go online at godbyrealty.com for more information. Since 1979, Modern Systems has been protecting communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing time, sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends, they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter to you most. Your trusted name in security, Modern Systems. First down and 10, ball on the 19 for the Somerset Briar Jumpers as they are inside that Rick Barker red zone. Snap bounces off the ground but picked up cleanly, and Guy Bailey once again just bulldozing his way, picking up a solid 4.5 yards right there. And Bailey running like a man possessed right now. They're going to say he was down at the 16, so give him 3 on the play, but a good hard run. And Somerset just playing some old-fashioned power football right now on this drive.
And I love to see it. You know, it's showing that they're not scared. They don't want to back down from this fight yet.
Samala wide out to the right. Again, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap given to Bailey, looking for some room, and he's going to get forced out of bounds. No gain on the play. Braden Gross, he was lined up as a fullback back there, trying to lead the way, but just couldn't clear a path. I'm going to say maybe lost the length of a football, but now we see Gross is going to check out of the ball game. So it'll be 3rd down. Call it 7.
3rd down and 7.
Now we got a whistle, stoppage, timeout, again called by Paintsville. They didn't like what they saw out of Somerset's lineup right there.
At Whitest Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitest Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into reality. Visit the Whitest Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you. Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their careful, caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Brad Carroll and the staff at CC's Furniture, they like to wish all of the local high school football student athletes and coaches a successful and injury-free season. Stop by and see them at CC's Furniture for any and all of your home furnishing needs. Go Teams! Don't forget to stop by Shiner's Barber Shop. Get a cut, razor cut. Get that thing or a faded cut. That's the trend now. Talk more about them here in just a minute. Big play here, 3rd down and 7 for the Jumpers. 2 men in the backfield. Now one moves out in motion. That's Hughes, and we got another whistle. And we're going to get a false start against Somerset, and again, the proverbial drive killer. Those false start penalties. If you're Somerset's coaching staff, you say, the good news is those are correctable mistakes.
Yes, and, we do something that I want to see more of is them learning from mistakes,
You have to. And they will. They'll talk about it. They'll talk about it in a film session. They'll go over it. They'll practice it. And you eliminate these penalties, even half of them. You got to think it's a one-score game. Quick, under pressure, Gross escapes it. Now finds some time, has a man in the end zone, and that ball is knocked away. What an effort by Josh Gross. He tried to get it to his tight end, Michael Hawkins, defended on the play. That was Grayson Peters. He's a linebacker that dropped all the way back into deep coverage. That's a good job by a linebacker to hang with your tight end for that long.
And Paintsville brought a lot of pressure right there. I thought, again, this is like the 3rd time this game. I thought they had Josh Gross 100% as a sack, and he just keeps avoiding it, and he's throwing good passes right now.
All right. So 4th down and about 12 now. Gross barks out the signals. Here comes some pressure straight up the middle, trying to get on the corner fade and just over the outstretched arms of his intended receiver. Again, that was Hawkins, and the Jumper's going to turn it over on downs. Number 2, Austin Allen, defending for Paintsville. And that is going to turn the ball over back to Paintsville. They lead it 18-0. 6:44 to go in this 3rd period of play. Give up on these Briar Jumpers. These are some young men that are playing some determined football. Just got to overcome some of these mental errors, and that comes with age and experience. And Paintsville with the football. 1st and 10 from the 21. Handoff straight up the middle. Again, it's Phelps, and he weaves his way through the line of scrimmage. Mixed tackle at the 33. Now he breaks free. 40, 45, 50. He's into Somerset territory all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Another huge run. And just got word that number 5 is Hayden Dick. He was released to play tonight. So we've been right all along. But back to that previous play, a huge run there for Paintsville.
He just Harris Phelps just passed 200 yards rushing today.
That was about a 54-yard run, close to it. 1st down and 10 for Paintsville. Handoff up the middle. This time the ball carrier for the Tigers is Bladen Sexton. So he's going to get the ball down to the 21, be just outside the red zone for Paintsville. Call it, yeah, somewhere between the 21 and 22. We're splitting hairs. And they just got Somerset to jump offside, so it's going to be 2nd and real short now for Paintsville.
Somerset is quickly creeping up on Paintsville's penalty mark. Paintsville has 12 right now, and Somerset is at 9.
So, encroachment against the Jumpers makes it 2nd and 1. Puts the ball right at the 16-yard line. 2 tight ends for Paintsville. Handoff around the right side, and that again is Sexton on the carry. He got hit right at the 15, but was able to muscle his way. Picks up the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14 for the Tigers. I don't have the chain set yet. Official steps in to get everybody to hold up until they get the down marker and the chain set. Now we're ready to go. And also we have a player that had to come out of the ball game for Somerset. That was Blake Abbott. Not sure what that was out, or it was just a substitution by the defense. There's the ready for play whistle. And now we got movement on the right tackle for Paintsville. So that'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15. So it's a race to see who's going to end up with the most penalties in tonight's game. Might call them. 5:40, clock running. 1st and 15. Handoff in the backfield. That's Phelps looking for room around the right side. And that's the gang tackling we need to see out of this jumper defense. You put a bunch of gold hats to the football like that, tackle, gang tackling. To hear a defensive coach, he'd tell his defense, he'd say, hunt in packs. Hunt in packs. And that's what Somerset did. They had 5-6 defenders to the ball. No gain on the play.
Every play, we want to see 11 gold headgears on the football.
Yep. That should be the goal on every defensive play. 11 to the ball and in a bad mood. Paintsville breaks the huddle. Phelps alongside his quarterback, Frederick James. Snap. James rolling to his left. Looking, gets reversed and has nowhere to go. How do you do? Right there on the spot, Caden Samala playing a great job coming off of that edge and did not allow the quarterback, James, to go anywhere. That's Purdy right there.
Those are the type of plays I love to see.
Yeah. So the intensity maybe for the jumpers picking up a little bit. 3rd down. And we'll call it, 27? Long way to go.
3rd down and long.
Good call by the PA announcer. Snap taken, now steps up in the pocket. He's going to fire well over the head of everybody. That one's going to sail out of bounds. The intended receiver was Porter, but
now you got to punt it.
Yeah, just about, I think. This is one of those situations, and I don't know if this is something Paintsville can do, but you'll see a lot of times a team will put their quarterback in the shotgun and just have him kind of pooch punt it. Kind of get the defense thinking that we're not going to punt the football, bring everybody up.
Beechwood does that a lot.
Look things over. If you see an opening, maybe you go for it, but, of course they're thinking if we go for it and we don't make it, even if we get 10, 15 yards.
They are going for it.
They are indeed. Ball is snapped. Gross, we got a flag on the play, and that's probably going to back the Paintsville Tigers up another 5 yards. Ay, ay, ay.
Creeping up on the 15 mark for penalties in this game.
So now make it 4th down and 32.
I just feel like, depending on how good their punter's leg is, I feel like you could pin him deep right here.
Yeah, I'd almost. But your defense has done a good job all night, so I believe they're showing some trust. We see limping off to the sideline. That's Chase Keith. Got a little hitch in his get-along. Going to come over and give whatever it is that ails him a rest. Ball in the air, wide open, and he is going to catch that ball. 1st down, touchdown, Paintsville. On the catch for the Tigers, that's Colby Fugate. Or Fugate, depending on where you're from. So Fugate was wide open. Somebody forgot to cover him. And on a 4th down and 32, Paintsville scores their 4th touchdown of the day or evening, however you wish. 3:51 to go in this 3rd period of play. Yikes.
So clearly they made the right call there by not punting it.
Just what you would have called, right?
That's actually how I drew it up.
I get it, yeah. I hear you. So going to go for 2 once again. Snap, low. They give it to Phelps, looking on the right side, and he'll just waltz into the end zone untouched. First successful extra point of the ball game, and it is now 26-0 in favor of the Paintsville Tigers.
Wildcat Used Cars, big city inventory, small town prices. Located at 4469 South Highway 27 in Somerset, Wildcat Used Cars always goes the extra mile to ensure that the vehicles on their lot have the best prices and quality in that area. Open daily from 9 to 7, Wildcat Used Cars has over 260 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs in stock and ready to roll. Check out their current inventory at wildcatusedcars.com.
All right. Refresh my memory. The 3rd Paintsville touchdown was scored how?
The 3rd, it was the run by Phelps.
Phelps. How many yards? Ball is kicked off a bouncer. Picked up down at the 26-yard line by Somerset. Makes one man miss. Gets that across 35 out to the 40-yard line. That's where the jumpers will start. Was it?
It was inside the 10.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. That was a while ago, though.
I get you. Sometimes I just forget to take care of business. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Somerset Briar Jumpers. They are now trailing 26-0 on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. 3:31 to go in this 3rd period of play. Ball on the 39-yard line for the Jumpers. You see Hayden Dick going to split out wide to the left. 2 receivers split to the right. 2 men, or 1 in the backfield, 1 wing. Gross fakes the handoff, gets flushed out of the pocket, now throws, gets it, and it is going to be caught and complete. No, they're going to say it bounced off the turf as Guy Bailey trying to convince the official that he made the catch, but the official walked right up and waved it off. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Now we see coming out for a play, holding that right arm. That's Josh Gross, and backup quarterback Josh Bruner going to check into the ball game. So Jumpers now with a freshman quarterback in there going to take the snaps. He has Guy Bailey in the backfield with him, going to line up to his right. 1 wing to the left-hand side, outside the tight end. Hands the ball off to Bailey, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Almost got out of the grasp of the Tiger defender Matthew Davis, but couldn't, and he's going to be brought down. I'm going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, but it's 3rd down and 10. And Bruner stays into the game. Try and get a look, see if maybe the training staff checking out what could be going on.
And Bruner played a little against Beechwood last week, and he did a pretty good job. He impressed me a little bit.
So empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Bruner, snap, looks downfield. Now, run out of the pocket towards the right, still wants to throw, finds a man and throws a seed across the 50-yard line, and that is Hayden Dick with a nice catch and a Turner Realty Group 1st down. Nice arm there by the freshman, Josh Bruner.
1st down, Jumpers.
So, ball into Paintsville territory, 2:20 to go. Clock runs now that the chains have reset. Again, empty backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Ball's low, picked up by Bruner. He swings it out here to Bailey. Bailey across the 50, 40, gets to the 45, finally run out of bounds, doing everything he can. Did you notice how he was hanging on to that football? Because the Paintsville Tigers were doing everything they could to strip that ball out of his hands, but that's going to be another Turner Realty Group first down for the Jumpers. Ball marked at the 33 of Paintsville. Now we got another sideline warning against Paintsville.
Sideline warning issued to Paintsville. First down.
This time Jumpers change it up a little bit. They go with twin backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right. In the slot, that's the tight end. Hawkins give the ball over on the left side, and that is Cam Hughes taking it all the way down to the 20-yard line. 21-yard line. Let's say 22, but we've got an injured player on the field and a timeout as they tend to that injured Paintsville Tiger.
Stressed, anxious, depressed? At Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services, your mental health matters. Intrust offers you the flexibility of providing you counseling services in their office, on the phone, or through your computer. Give them a call at 606-676-0638 or visit their website at intrust-healthcare.com and get services started for you or anyone in your family today. At Intrust, your mental health matters.
Josh Gross, Somerset quarterback, still being tended to on the sideline there. So Josh Bruner, his replacement, stays into the ball game. First down and 10. Knocking on the door of that Rick Barker red zone with the ball on the 22-yard line. And 2 receivers right. It's Dick and Hawkins. Snap, little pump fake, and going to throw the ball down the field, and that ball is going to be intercepted in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. As Bruner tried to get that into a tight space, and it's going to be picked off by Paintsville, and not sure who got that interception, but still down.
That was number 2, which is Allen.
Yeah, Austin Allen on the interception. So turnover's going to give the ball back, and on the touchback, put it out at the 20-yard line for Paintsville. 1:29 to go in this third period. 26-20. Paintsville on top of the Somerset Briar Jumpers. See if we got an update from across town. Last time we heard it was 35-6 in favor of Corbin midway through the third period. And they tend to the injured Paintsville player. Magic Monograms, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. Magic Monograms, the place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook. Search Magic Monograms and Embroidery. And we have an update. It is a final. Thank you very much to Mr. Pat Harris, our producer. 49-6, according to ScoreStream. Keep in mind that is not always the most accurate because it basically relies on fans in the stands, but 49-6 is the final, the last word we've gotten now on Pulaski County Maroons against the Corbin Red Hands. Paintsville takes the ball, snap, going to throw it on the slant, batted in the air and catching his own pass. That is the quarterback, Frederick James. He's going to get the ball back just across the line of scrimmage. So now they put the nose of it right back on the 20. So net gain of 0. James catching his own pass after it was batted into the air, so that's perfectly legal.
I've never seen that live happen before, actually. I'm glad I got to witness that.
So second down and 10 yards. 2 receivers right for the Tigers. One to the left, one man in the backfield. That is Phelps. He takes the ball, gets hit in the backfield, spin, then gets out of an attempted tackle by the running back, Guy Bailey. But still going to be chased out of bounds after a short gain, give him 3 yards. So 3rd down and 7. Phelps got hit in the backfield. Then Bailey had him wrapped up. He spun out of that. Pretty nifty little run. And we got an offsides on Somerset. That's one that'll drive defensive line coaches nuts. When it's the nose guard, he's right over the football. And you tell him, watch the ball. But, you know,
it happens.
It does. It does.
Yeah, Coach Sharon is definitely going to be tore up on that Sunday in the film room.
So 3rd down now and a long 2, maybe 3. He might have gained about a half a yard or so there somehow, but that happens too. Clock's supposed to be winding, 9 seconds and running, and handoff around the right side and across the 40, 45 out to the 50 and going to be tackled, actually thrown out of bounds in Somerset territory. That is Bladen Sexton on the carry, senior backup running back. And that is going to end this 3rd quarter of play, 26-0 in favor of Paintsville as we move to this 4th quarter.
A big thank you to Don Franklin, Somerset Family of Dealerships, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them at any of their 4 Somerset locations or on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family Dealerships. They treat you like family.
Somerset just continues to shoot themselves in the foot and then give up a big play. And Harris Phelps has been the big man for Paintsville carrying the football tonight, but that last run by Bladen Sexton puts them into jumper territory. Kudos to the Youth Football League, Somerset Youth Football League. I guess it's my understanding that they were the ones that raised the funds to do this press box. And
it looks amazing.
It does. It really does. And thank you to all the folks here at Somerset, always taking good care of us. Chris Staten, I know you're at home. If you're listening, we hope you get better soon. They need you back here. 1st and 10. Ball picked up off of the ground. Handoff in the backfield. That's Phelps. He reverses gears and started off to the left, breaks back to the right. Going to get the ball down to the 40-yard line. Give him 6 yards on that carry. Now, they might have marked him out before the 40-yard line. Looks like they did. Said he stepped out of bounds, so really about 4 yards on the carry.
But the way this game has went has been the name of the game for Somerset all year. You know, they have good drives, but then they just allow big plays.
It's Phelps next to his quarterback, James. Mentioned this was James' first start of the season. Paintsville lost their starting quarterback, and I said that was Phelps. That's actually Sexton in the backfield, and now we got offsides again. And so we'll see. Is this one going to be on the offense or the defense? Nobody's moving. It's going to be on the offense.
That's number 15 for Paintsville.
All right, congratulations.
You win.
Almost as many penalties. They're just 11 shy of penalties versus
per
the
point.
Score. Yeah. Less than 1 point per penalty. Bad news is there's 11 penalties. But they do lead at 26-0 here at Clark Field. Second down and 11 now. Two receivers left. They're going to hand the ball to Sexton. He takes off around the right side. First down, across the 30, has one man to beat, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line. Another big run by the senior running back, Bladen Sexton. So Sexton, he's seen what Harris Phelps has done all night, says, I want some of this too. We're going to put him at the 12-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 there. Waiting on the chains and the down marker to get set. Official watching, waiting. Finally get them set, and, well, we're still waiting on the ready for play whistle.
And he shot out of the hole like a rocket on that play.
He did. I never did hear the referee blow it in ready, but evidently he did. Handoff. That's Sexton looking for room. Scoots down the left side and gets across the 5-yard line, but we have a flag coming in, and I think this is going to be a holding marched against Paintsville. 16. You got an over and under? Can they get to 20? 10 minutes. I'd say they can. 10-13 left to go.
At this rate, I think they'll hit around 20.
Yeah.
Especially if they're on offense for the majority of this quarter.
We'll call that the over and under. 26-0. Paintsville on top. Randall D. Turpin, CPA scoreboard. Go by and see Randall Turpin. If you don't have your taxes done for this year, well, you still got time. If you filed the extension. If you didn't file the extension, I'd probably go get that done as soon as you can. Handoff, no, fake handoff, and now they're going to throw the ball up in the air, and that is going to be picked off by Somerset, and now I think we're going to have a face mask call after the interception, but a great play over there in the corner by Somerset. Intercepted by Hayden Dick, and let's see what the penalty is. 2 or 3 flags came in there after the ball was intercepted. Let's see, officials talking it over. So, referee making his way over here to give us the call. Face mask against the offense, who suddenly became the defense. So, they put the face mask occurred inside the 5-yard line, and the ball's at the 13. So I'm not sure I understand that spot. Is there still a 5-yard face mask penalty in high school football?
I thought it was all 15.
I don't know. I could be. I don't know. Handoff up the middle, and going to push the pile out across the 15-yard line. Pick up about 4, but he did signal face mask, and I'm just assuming, and it was a pretty egregious face mask, even if there is still a 5-yard, but evidently that's what it was a 5-yard face mask penalty. That's the only thing I can figure.
He definitely loosened the bolts on that face mask a little bit.
Yep. So 2nd down after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 9:32 to go. Jumpers trailing, but they have the ball. They're down 26-0. 2 receivers each way. Snap. Taken. That's Bruner. Throws the ball downfield, and that ball went up high to get it. Couldn't hold on to it. Another outstanding defensive play by Jonah Porter. And cramping up after hitting the turf is the intended receiver. I believe that is number 5, Hayden Dick. He went up high and almost made a spectacular play.
We'd like to announce the winners of the Pro Trade Hardware, Traeger Grill, and gift card giveaways.
I forgot to buy my ticket. I don't think they're going to call my name.
Well, if you didn't buy a ticket, I would say
It's going to be hard.
I would say you have almost a 0% chance.
Stranger things have happened. Pretty nice giveaway. Traeger Grill. I don't know if you've I've not used one, but I've eaten a steak off of a Traeger, and they're
Some
really
good
good
stuff?
if you like to barbecue. Yes, sir. If anything cooked outside using fire and wood and all that. Snap taken by Bruner. Has a man, and that is caught, then dropped. As again, going up high for that potential reception. That was wide receiver Brody Williams, and as he got hit, unable to hang on to the ball. So 4th down and 5, going to mean that the Jumpers have to punt the football away.
Now, this is do or die time. That they really needed to score right there to, create some momentum. But punting it right now on your 18-yard line with 9 minutes left, down 26.
I know what you're saying, and now we're having personnel issues. Jumpers got to call a timeout because I've had a couple of guys step out because of injury. And I understand what you're saying. I agree with you to a point. But that part of that point is I watched a football game one day between two teams. One team ended up scoring 91 points in the game. Because of situations like this, the opposing coach refused to punt the football, and he kept going for it over and over again, and his opponent put up 91 points. And it was embarrassing for him. I felt bad for his kids, and it was at the collegiate level, and most people will recognize the name of the coach, but it was Hal Mummy, head coach of the Belhaven Blazers, I think was their nickname, and it was just incredible watching him do that. He did it over and over and over, and their opponent ended up with short field every time and easy score, and 91 points scored in a football game. You say, how is that even possible? It is. So,
Cumberland's put up 96 just 2 years ago.
I remember. So Somerset going to punt this football away. And that ball is blocked, and it is going to bounce around the 30-yard line, 28-yard line, and almost picked up, but rolled out of bounds. That was Somerset's Brody Williams. So it's going to be Paintsville football, so that worked out about the same. So as my partner was saying, they probably should have just went for it, but they don't, and it's going to be Paintsville ball inside the 30-yard line, put it on the 33. Right in the middle of the field between the hash marks. 8:56 to go. It's still 26-0 here in this fourth quarter of play on your beautiful fall night. The sliver moon has gone down behind the trees. Handoff. That's Phelps looking for room to run, and he's going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage by Jack Bruner. Pushed him back quite a bit. Referees a little slow on the whistle, if you will, but going to give him a yard on the play, 2nd down and 9. Are you surprised they still got Phelps in the ball game? Of course, they've given him a break. You have to say that Bladen Sexton got some carries in the last series.
If they score right here, I would expect him to be done for the game.
But they still got their number one starters in there with a 26-point lead. So snap low, picked up off the ground. Quick toss out on the right side to Phelps, looking for room to run. Somerset stretches it out, but unable to get Phelps down before he picks up a good 4 or 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and medium. We'll just call it 5 for kicks and giggles. Clock running, 7:45 left to go in the game. Sexton checks back into the ball game to the right of his quarterback. Twin receivers to the left. One split wide to the right. Snap, giving it to Sexton. He takes off on the right side. Just a little zone read play and zone blocking by the front line and doing a good job moving jumpers out of the way and close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. He's going to be just shy. Maybe 4th down and 1. Under 7 minutes to go in this contest. Thank everybody for tuning in. Thank our sponsors, our title sponsor, Entrust Healthcare Counseling Services, our presenting sponsor, Don Franklin of Somerset's family of dealerships. And of course, Buffalo Wings and Rings for bringing you the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week. Timeout, Paintsville.
Interest Healthcare Counseling Services has made it their mission to be the trusted leader in promoting mental health in Kentucky for the last 22 years. Stay healthy at home with counseling services for children and adults using your phone or computer. Call Intrust at 606-676-0638 to get services started today from anywhere in Kentucky. You can always visit their Facebook page at Intrust Healthcare Counseling Services to learn more about how they can help you or your family today. At Intrust, your mental health matters. A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships, Kentucky, for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them at any of the 4 Somerset locations or on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family.
Paintsville with the ball, 4th and 1. Snap given to Sexton. He bobbled the ball and had to try and hang on to it, and it slowed him down just a little, and good pressure up front by Somerset. That was Braden Gross. And turnover on down. Somerset's going to get the football back. So Jumpers with the ball just outside their own 20-yard line. Call it the 21, 1st and 10. See Josh Bruner gets back into the ball game for the Jumpers at quarterback. Good opportunity for this young man to get some snaps. Hayden Dick splits wide to the right. Another wide receiver out to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to the tailback. And that is going to be Guy Bailey on the run. A good run around the right side. Gets the ball out across the 30, 32-yard line for a Somerset Briar Jumper. Turner Realty Group, first down.
First down, Jumpers.
I see that now at the end of the play. Thank you to our PA, and we're going to get an unsportsmanlike against Paintsville. That's going to attack 15. So that's going to move the ball out near midfield.
Getting closer and closer to the over right now.
We said what, 20 was the over and under?
Yeah, and they're at 17.
17. Well, 5:56 to go. There's still hope. One wide receiver split wide to each side. 2 backs in the backfield. They give it to the first man through. That's Hughes. Hughes breaks across the line of scrimmage, picks up the first down and a few extra. Going to gain 15 altogether, and that is going to move the chains once again for another Turner Realty Group first down.
One thing I will say about that play right there, he did a little swim move with his football holding arm. It looks nice until
somebody puts a helmet on the ball.
Until somebody puts a helmet, and then we have our 4th fumble of the game.
Hold that ball up there high and tight, men, high and tight. 2 backs again in the backfield for Somerset. They approach the line of scrimmage. Ball marked back to the 38-yard line. Snap, and we got a firework going off. Interesting is around the left side and going to pick up about 6, maybe 7 yards on the run. That was interesting.
Came out of the neighborhood, it looked like.
Was that Bailey on the carry, or was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Bailey is creeping up on 100 yards rushing.
Same formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap, they give it. First man through, and he is going to make it across the 30-yard line on the carry. That's Cam Hughes. It'll be 3rd down and short. We'll call it 2.
About 2 yards, 3rd down. All on the 30-yard line.
So Clock continues to run. We approach the 4-minute mark of this fourth and final period. Twins to the right. Lone receiver up at top at the left. Snap. They fake the ball to Hughes, and now they give it to Bailey. Bailey around the right side, and we got it. Was that a flag I saw come out late?
Looks
was
like
that
a flag
football?
It looks like a flag on Paintsville sideline.
Yeah, there may be another sideline infraction, or I got a feeling a coach said something.
And they've already had the warning, so that would.
Yeah, so now definitely got enough for the first down. Got the ball down to the 26. Got a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike again on Paintsville. And when you're up 26-0, I'm not sure you got enough to gripe about to warrant drawing an unsportsmanlike penalty. And if that's the second one on the coach, he's ejected, and there he goes. Trevor Hoskins, the head coach. Nope, I say that. Maybe not. I thought he was taken off, but they're letting him walk all the way down to the 12-yard line. One of the coaches, anyway.
And the whole team.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be able to pass the 25-yard line.
Well, they expanded it last year due to COVID. Ball carrier for Somerset. That's a new one. That's Devin Davis getting a carry, and he stretches the play out laterally, not going to pick up any positive yards. So it'll be second down and 10. Somerset. Second down and 10. Snap. Bruner rolls to his left. Has a man. Steps out of bounds. That looks like Brody Williams on the reception. Inside the 10-yard line. So a nice gain there. Steps out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock, and they're going to mark the ball at the 7-yard line, where it'll be third down and about 4. Somerset running as much clock as they can, trying to put the wraps on this one, but giving some of these guys a chance, some of these younger guys in the backfield. Cam Hughes along with Devin Davis rolling right. They get the ball and look like, yeah, there you go. Touchdown, Briar Jumpers. Nice catch by Brody Williams. Looked like he was in the end zone, came out of the end zone to make the catch and then able to get back in there to put the first 6 on the board. A Citizens National Bank touchdown. So Jumpers, they've been inside that Rick Barker red zone a few times tonight, but finally able to take advantage of it and put 6 on the board. 7-yard pass. Now lined up for the extra point for Somerset. Snap is good and kick is up. That's Christian, and he missed it wide left. So on the kicker for Somerset, Christian Whitus pushes that one to the left, but the Jumpers do get on board and score now 26-6 in favor of Paintsville. Bit of a confidence boost there for the Jumpers.
Master Barber Brian Hood at Shiner's Barbershop invites you to experience Somerset's only true to tradition barbershop located in the Old Video Palace in Somerset. For your next haircut, straight razor, and hot towel shave, or maybe you need to style and trim up the beard, go to Be Hood Faded on Facebook or shinersbarbershop.com and book your next appointment with Brian Hood.
All right, Somerset set to kick it off. It'll be Christian Whitus again, who just missed that extra point, but Somerset cuts the lead down to 20. I got a feeling you're going to see another onside kick. Paintsville They got everybody up in front of the 20-yard line, but other than that, they're really not lined up. As a matter of fact, front line kind of deep, and it's going to be the pop-up kick and taken at the 45-yard line and getting away from everybody. That is number 14, Colby Fugit, and he screams down the right sideline. Fugit, who had the touchdown, 37-yard touchdown pass reception, and he puts Paintsville in pretty good field position right now with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. A lot of times kids are taught to fair catch that ball, but Fugit says, no, thank you, I'll take off, and that he did. Paintsville with the football. Ball on the 13-yard line. They'll break the huddle on the sideline, go straight to the line of scrimmage. Still got James in the quarterback spot. 2 men in the backfield. Gives it to Phelps. He's hit in the backfield and going to be dropped by Somerset. First man there for the Jumpers was Jacob Duarte. Good play there defensively. Duarte, junior, linebacker. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Clock running, 2:05 to go. Phelps stays in the ball game. Has Zach Taylor back there with him. And we got another whistle, and is that 18?
That is. Oh, okay. Yes, that is number 18.
Clock stops with 1:46 to go. 26-6 on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Again, want to say thank you to Jeremiah Jones. Great job in bringing you these fantastic shots from here at Clark Field. Pat Harris, as always, doing a great job producing this. Jacob, you've been fantastic tonight as well, and the only miscues were compliments of me.
No.
Snap, handed off to Phelps. Right side, has some room, pushes the pile, still moving, and now is finally going to be forced out of bounds after he picks up about 10 yards. So that'll make it 3rd down and 5 for Paintsville. They say he stayed in bounds, so the clock continues to run. We're down to 1 minute and 15. So, not sure if, surely they won't call a timeout here. But I'm really surprised they still got their number 1 unit in.
This is it is interesting.
I know the quarterback's the backup guy. He probably needs as many snaps as he can. Sexton now in the backfield. He takes the handoff straight up the middle, going to get hit, dragging some defenders, continues to drag them on into the end zone, and a touchdown. A 9-yard run. 9-yard run by Bladen Sexton.
That was an interesting move by the Paintsville team.
So, with 39 seconds to go, Paintsville tacks on another one. 32-6, your score on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Holbrook kicks that one, gets it through, and it's the first successful kick to PAT we've seen tonight. So 33-6 is likely how it's going to end up, but probably ought to not say that. I just did say that, though, didn't I?
It did come out of your mouth.
Yeah, it did.
That did just happen.
33-6 in favor of Paintsville over Somerset on your Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Paintsville set to kick this one off. And Jumpers Set to receive this kickoff. But I don't blame a coach for trying. I just wonder why you continue to keep your ones in there. Granted, like a lot of these Class A teams or even 2A teams like Somerset, your roster's limited. You've got some young guys, but, opportunity there to get them some snaps and didn't want to do it. That's his job, his role. He gets to decide that. And, again, the squib kick towards the Paintsville sideline, going to be picked up at the 23-yard line and trying to squirt his way around. And, wow, that looked like either a face mask or a
horse collar.
Oh,
there it is.
On the carry was Caden Samala. And so there's going to be another penalty. 19?
Yes.
We could do it. 31 seconds left to go. If I'm Somerset, I just call a no-move type play and see if you can't get him jump off. Why not? 20
That's
penalties.
It'd be a landmark if we got 20 right now.
Penalty moves the ball all the way out to the Somerset 44-yard line. 31 seconds. And not sure what's going on. Individual for Paintsville down on one knee over there on the sideline, but I'm not sure if he's hurt, that they're tending to him. Somerset's at the line of scrimmage. Officials. Chain Gang has decided that they were done, but now they're going to move. I don't know what took them so long, but hey. They were just staying out of the way. There was a player injured on the far sideline, so just staying out of the way. So we blow the whistle, ready for play, and the Chains are still working on getting set. Snap, Bruner. He's going to air one out. Pretty pass down the sideline, has a man, but caught out of bounds for the Jumpers. That's Collier White. So incomplete pass, going to be second down and 10. And, boy, I like Bruner's arm. He zipped a couple. That was just a pretty nice ball. Spun it real well. And a young man can throw a football. 25 seconds to go. Second down and 10 from the 44. Only thing left to be decided is the final score. Somerset going to see if maybe they can't punch one in. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. Bruner takes the snap, looking to his left. He's going to go one-on-one coverage, and that one is, we're going to get a holding or pass interference. Is intended receiver for Somerset on that far sideline. That was Collier White again, but he was held up, and there's your 20th penalty. So right now it's a push.
So everybody wins, except Somerset.
Or nobody, yeah. I think the home team wins on the push, don't they?
Yeah, the house always wins.
The house, yeah. So 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the 41-yard line of Paintsville with 18 seconds to go. Chains gets set, and Somerset snaps the football. Bruner looks to the right, now comes back to the left. Nice adjustment on the play and a good effort, but a really good defensive play over there on that far side of the field. Intended receiver again for Somerset. That was Brody Williams. And a nice defensively played ball there, and I'm trying to get the number. I believe that was Tyson Jenkins, cornerback. So 11 seconds to go. Second down and 10. 2 safeties. Pitch the ball. Give it out on the left side. Running the ball. Picks up the first down. 30-yard line. 25, 20. Keeps going inside the 10. Going to be brought down at the 6-yard line on the carry for Somerset. That was Devin Davis. And nifty little run right there. 2 seconds to go. And Somerset's going to call timeout. They'd like to punch this thing in. And why not? Let these guys see if they can't score. So Somerset has the ball. First and goal on the 6, and they got time for one play.
That Devin Davis, he has some speed on him.
Indeed he does. Showed it there. I thought he was going to be stopped. short of the first down, and next thing you know, he just kind of broke free from the pack on that far sideline. Nifty little run.
He was like a road runner. His feet just kept spinning no matter what.
You know, I learned something about road runners and coyotes. That whole thing is a lie. Our whole life we were raised on a lie.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because coyotes are much faster in real life than road runners. Yeah, look it up. Challenge me. I don't care. We're lies, all lies. Final play of the game, snap, rolling right. That's Bruner looking in the end zone, and that ball's going to be defended and batted down. Intended receiver for the Jumpers. That was Grayson Gulock. Ball falls to the ground. Jumpers go down to defeat tonight. 33-6 to Paintsville Tigers as the teams meet at midfield. They'll shake hands, and we will wrap things up and name our defensive player of the game, presented by Central Collision Center. We'll have our Somerset Community College offensive player of the game and our United Cumberland Bank lineman of the game. I think you've already got them picked, and I agree with you just about every. Yep, I say why not.
All right, so for the Somerset Community College offensive player of the game, we're going to give it to Guy Bailey. And Guy Bailey had 18 carries for 91 yards. He also had 2 receptions for 25 yards. And then...
So he is our Somerset Community College offensive player of the game.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then for the Central Collision defensive player of the game, we are going to give it to Jack Bruner, who had 6 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss. So 8 tackles total. And he just played consistent both sides of the ball. And that is why we are also giving the lineman of the game to Jack Bruner for his play on offense and defensive line today.
Very good. So a double winner, Jack Bruner. Outstanding game for him as well as Guy Bailey. But the Jumpers, they come up short, 33-6. Got a lot of things they can still work on, and I know that Coach Lucas, not going to give up on this squad. They'll get back to work on some of these mistakes. As we said, most of them that were made tonight, those are correctable mistakes. But all in all, a pretty decent ball game for Somerset. I think they felt like they were in it right up until that 4th touchdown that Paintsville was able to put on. That was the 37-yard pass from to Fugit from the quarterback, Frederick James. And then that made it 26-0. Somerset was able to tack on a 7-yard pass from Josh Bruner to Brody Williams. The kick failed, 26-6, and then towards the end, a 9-yard run by Sexton. Holbrook's kick was good. That's where we got to right now. Your final score, 33-6. Somerset goes down to defeat. They move to 0-3 overall. 1-3 if you count the forfeit. I'm not sure how all of that stuff works out. We'll let the KHSAA settle all of that. But in the 3 games they've played, this was probably by far one of their best efforts. Still made several key mistakes, but I think I like the effort, and I saw some improvement from what I saw in week 1 at Lincoln County.
And I've definitely seen improvement from even just the Beechwood game, you know. The only problem is we still had 4 turnovers. We still had 11 penalties. That's not winning football. And there's easy mistakes. I think we had 4 or 5 false starts. That's 25 yards that we're giving them.
Yeah. And they come at critical times. That's why we, like to call those drive killers. That's really what they are. You got some momentum going. Somerset looked like they had put together a couple of nice drives, and then, you get a turnover here or there, or you get a penalty that sets you back, and boom, that's what happens. You end up killing that drive, and you're not able to capitalize. But, hey, overall, I like what Somerset did. They still got a lot of things to work on. But, folks, if you're a Somerset Briar Jumper, don't give up on these young men. Encourage them. Get out here. Support them. And a good crowd tonight. Want to thank everybody involved. We want to thank the athletic department here at Somerset High School, especially Kevin Burkett, new athletic director, doing a great job. All the folks up here in the press box. And, well, it was a lot of fun. I got called in at the last minute, but I think we pulled it off okay. And you'll be back, I guess, next week.
When we play Corbin at Corbin.
It's going to be fun. Always a tough place to play. Of course, we already know that Corbin put it on Pulaski County pretty good tonight.
49-6.
49-6 maybe. I know they got to a running clock situation over there. Pulaski County, like Somerset, got some young players and a couple of injuries too, and that makes a big difference. But, hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Again, I want to thank Pat Harris. I want to thank Jeremiah for his excellent camera work. I want to thank you folks for tuning in, because this is why we do it. We want to bring you these ball games. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, final score 33-6. Somerset goes down to defeat at the hands of Paintsville. You've been watching Entrust Healthcare Counseling High School Football on Lake Cumberland Sports. So long, everybody.